of course. I would say there's a little bit of room for forgiveness this time around right now as we are in our survival stage. It's best of trees, right? So you've got a lot more that you could play with here, but it's still, you know, it's still not something you want to do. You know, you don't want to go into a best of three missing out on game one. You want to go in, you want to be confident and try and get a 2-0. We'll have to see if, again, if Rune Eaters can work against that disadvantage.
Yeah, we shall see about it. It'd be very interesting here, Rune Eaters again. I have so many doubts about this draft. I know we just said it, John, but that POS 1 lifestealer, it just hasn't looked good from the games we've been casting. But let's reserve judgment. Let's hold back and see exactly what does happen. Other end of things, like I see a POS 1 Spectre with a Slardar and a Dark Seer.
Oh yeah.
I think you're pretty happy.
That you are. We've seen this Dark Seer in lane just do spectacularly well. One little thing to note as well, I think there's like a mental state to consider is they are going to look to get a bit of a curse scuffle over these runes first. Let's see. Level 1s are pretty good on both sides.
Yeah, Fly's going to hide behind the tree line. He'll be all right. They're not going to go for it. They had the vision anyway. So Rune Eaters, they'll go ahead and take their bounty. Believe it is going to be a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of Rune Eaters, perhaps, as it is. Happy days for them for starters. This mid lane, Jonathan, Arbet on the Slardar against the mid ES. You and I, we've seen this a couple times, and quite frankly, it's not quite as dominant as you'd assume.
No.
For the Slardar, it actually can be pretty even in the right matchups.
That it can be. I think it's just down to the fact that you've got a lot of real durability on that Earth Spirit and some pretty good damage as well. You can poke the Slardar from away from the river. You've got really good rune control. Feels a lot more natural for the Earth Spirit to just kind of secure first water rune, second water rune, first power rune as well. Curious to see if that's something that the side of VP will try to kind of mitigate with, say, at least a 4-minute rotation. Again, not the most common nowadays. One thing to note as well, and you know, this is a point I wanted to rotate into, is that, you know, Abed has some important people watching live for him. I believe his better half is here, so that should provide some motivation as well for good old Abed.
You know his better half is here, Jonathan.
Yeah.
We saw her.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
They've been having fun in Paris, you know.
Yes.
It's been a great city.
It has been. It has been a great city, Jonathan. Virtus.pro. Bottom lane, Hellscream taking a bit of damage. Of course, against the Bane, things can be a little bit on the rougher end early on, but you've got a Darkseer. You're going to be more than happy here as VP. Ike trying his best to force Hellscream out, but yeah, doesn't really care so much. Of course, top lane, Tomato and Fly going at it here with Malik and Eki. This could be a challenging lane for VP, but the thing is, as you can see, John, these Spectres these days, they do a lot of damage.
That they do.
With a Jakira to back you up, it's not too hard to just be an absolute menace.
Certainly not. I mean, it's such a high damage lane. It's not going to be comfy for Axe. You just have so much poke coming out here into Jakira. There's not much you can really do on Eki either to hold back. Look what they've done to the lane as well. Tree line completely cut. You lose out in your Bushwhack harassment. So it's a lot easier to manage there. And you're not expecting much from POS 4 in that case because, well, there's no tree line to trade with. Overall, a very happy start so far in terms of laning prowess here from the side of Virtus.pro. In terms of CS, not too far apart. At the least, you're pretty close on both ends with Rune Eaters and Virtus.pro. The biggest difference probably really being this Darkseer lane, but that's kind of to be expected, right? Like, you can't really expect too much from Dork Lord in that lane. It's just the way Lifestealer is. It's a tanky here that's difficult to shove away. It doesn't really find tempo by itself, at least not early on. You do manage to force Saberlight all the way back with some really good pokes coming out earlier there. And at least he's going to have to go for the reset. But even just giving this solo EXP up to our Ringmaster isn't the worst thing in the world.
No, it certainly is not. Top lane, Fly. Fair bit of damage being dealt. Eki with a nice bushwhack. The chase will continue onto Fly, and they do get him. Malik able to secure first blood on the Axe. Tomato trying to trade, might find Eki, but the Fairy Fire gonna buy just enough time. And now Tomato actually taking a fair bit of damage on his way out. But even then, the Spectre still pretty damn powerful. You've got to be a little bit careful.
That it is. You are seeing the effects of this is just level 1 spin, by the way, at that point for Malik. So once you get a little bit more points up, it should start to be a bit more feasible to just turn on to Tomato. He does go for the level 2 battle hunger, though. Again, focusing on lane rather than direct kill potential, which is fair. And I guess the risk for Fly is, I don't think he has his own way of cutting trees. So you get that Acorn shot down. He does. Oh, he actually does have the Quelling. All right. Well, maybe you get to time it in that interval. Shouldn't be able to do that again. I'm sure Fly is going to try to be on point about chopping some trees. Really nice first blood to find. This is the key thing for Rune Eaters. We're talking about what sets tempo. It's got to be that Axe and Earth Spirit, right? So Malik's going to have to try to get as much going for himself with, say, the usual Blink Blade Mail kind of build. Saberlight, they're actually TPing for this attempt.
Oh, Saberlight, not going to be happy with his position now. Probably just set to die, and in fact he will. Ike and Eki, nice rotation, handing a freebie over to the Dark Lord, and well, Saberlight's certainly not going to be too happy whatsoever about that. Looking back to the mid lane, John, we talked about this for a second. Very even between these two sides. Though props to Copy, doing the right thing, pulling the creep wave away, not going for the 1v1 matchup as the Slider now at level 5 is gonna start hurting quite a bit. Die jungle, Malik going into Fly. Tomato will let him know that he's around the area if required. Malik still taking a fair bit of damage now. Abed's gonna rotate in. They'll chase down Eki. Eki will drop, and so will Malik.
Yeah, you even get Health Scream coming in there as well, just in case things were really going rough. That does leave Saberlight completely isolated, and again, that brain sap from Ike is just so much.
He's got a lot of Iron Shells though, John.
It's starting to hurt.
They're playing with fire against Saberlight. Saberlight trying to, does get the kill on Ike. Dark Lord, please be cautious. The chase will be on. I'm not sure about this. Oh, he's got it. He has got it. Saberlight. Those Iron Shells. Don't underestimate the damage output.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great for just a melee safe lane. They're still stuck up top, right outside vision. Fly and Hellscream.
Malik. And this is the empowerment arts, Jonathan, which I can see made you very happy.
Yeah, it brings me great joy because I hate this Ringmaster here. It's such an annoying piece of work, right? And it's such a good fit for a VP's draft. Getting a running start would be crazy. They are in time for the 6-minute rune, though.
They are. I bet gonna get put to sleep. No rune at the top rune spot anyway. Will come out down bottom, so nice little invis, though it is going to be taken by Copy, of course. That'll be a nice little win here for Rune Eaters, not wanting to give any power runes away to Abed, of course.
No.
All things being said and done, though, I mean, it's 3-3, nice even start. Rune Eaters, I think, would be pretty satisfied with the way this game's started at the very least, right?
Yeah.
You haven't really outright lost the lanes in any way. Malik, even though he did have a death, he's still farming very, very well. I'd say Rune Eaters probably pretty satisfied.
That they are. Again, a little bit of a slower start. Top lane, they were doing the right things in VP, but you overstep just a bit and you don't respect that bushwhack. It's relatively easy to just find these kills on the side of Rune Eaters as well, and this is exactly what they need, right? You're always expecting this Lifestealer to take more time to come online, but having the Earth Spirit online is massive. They do manage to find a Health Scream with Copy, as we were saying all of that.
They do, but Shrine of Wisdom, it's going to go 1-for-1 anyway. Ike trying to be a little bit of a nuisance here at the bottom spot, but can't quite contest. You've got your Earn Up as well now on your Earth Spirit, so imagining Copy's probably going to want to start making some rotations. Second in net worth as well, so he's been having a pretty darn great game. In fact, again, all of Rune Eaters have had a pretty good laning stage thus far.
Yep. It's maybe a little bit concerning for VP. I think this early tempo that is given to Rune Eaters with this draft is excellent because, again, this is not the kind of draft you want to drag late. For the side of VP, it's not the end of the world. You're not significantly behind. A 1K advantage really doesn't amount for much, right? At 8 minutes in, you have a lot of recovery space for Saberlight. He's likely going the Dominator route that we've seen offlaners do nowadays. So you're kind of fine still. You're not going to be playing with Haunts early on. Maybe if Abed finds an opportunity, you can kind of try to toss your Spectre in there, but you're not really prioritizing that. Pretty sneaky plays here, though, from the Dark Lord as he's sneaking around on an Ancient Creep already. So see if you can sneak up to someone. There is a lot of damage coming out with that. All you need is just a bit of setup from Eki.
I mean, they're going to see Saberlight, but it's all too late, I think, for that. Saberlight. She's going to take a fair bit of damage, but a nice vacuum to the low ground, though he's a bit trapped up. Here's Saberlight. Oh, no.
And the tips as well.
The tip as well. Saberlight's going to go down. Oh, the old pincer maneuver, Jonathan. They trapped him right on the bridge.
And he tried it. That was him creating that pincer on himself with a vacuum onto the low ground.
That's
Abed
true.
On the search.
He's got an amp damage as well, John. A lot of damage here for Arbit if he can close the gap, but it seems as though Ike might have gotten a bit of a heads up this is coming.
Damn, they've been missing off mid for a while. Scan's good, although.
Well, they're going to try. His Hellscream gets a Nightmare. Ike will be chased down by Tomato. Tomato hoping for a nice freebie. Should have it as well. There's no real running here for Ike. No. And a nice little gift here for the Spectre.
Yeah, just getting an earn charge up as well. Help accelerate to that point where the Radiance is up. The key timings coming out from Rune Eaters, though, again, it does cause some concern. You've almost got the Blade Mill up here on Malik. You've got a little bit of a chase onto Eki.
You do. Eki gonna be okay. It's just so intimidating once that urn is up on your Spectre. That solo kill potential suddenly online. More TPs coming into the top lane. Looks like Arbit wants to try and make a play, but Malik lets him know that he sees it. That might have been underneath the creep. And now a Nightmare. Arbit in a very awkward position. Will try to run past the tier 1 tower into the river, but Roll's going to connect at Arbit. Well, he has stick charges. Escape Act is going to be there. Arbit, though, still being refreshed with this Magnetize. Oof. Might just die to the ticks. No, he's barely going to make it.
Just enough. That's amp damage wasted on him, though, and we were talking about the potential to kind of look for those kills. It just feels really awkward to try to initiate right now on the side of VP, right? Because outside of Haunt, you don't really have the best ways of actually jumping on. For Rune Eaters, you've got these great Nightmare setups that we've been seeing. You've got the roll, you've got the silence, you've even got the bushwhack. Just a lot of long-range control coming in for Rune Eaters, and again, that plays into this faster draft they've built up for themselves. Saberlight at least has his Dominator up, so he's got a ride into his Overlord now. Getting some catch-up with some huge stacks in the jungle, but Copy will kind of keep track. Most of them taken away, so you're not really going to be finding too much here at this point. I think, again, when you think about timings, Rune Eaters are just so close. Blade Mail, again, pretty much done for Malik. Just kind of looking for probably just the blink at this point. Even though, to be fair, it doesn't feel like the most necessary thing when you've got the Bane, when you've got this Hoodwink in the back, you've got the Earth Spirit to kind of set up. You can't afford to just even try to take fights just with the Blade Mail alone if your positioning's right. Just a little poke and prodding, but again, for VP, this is where they have to slow down a bit, which does not feel comfy in particular for Abed. If you think about this Slardar, it can farm up well. They have been using Corrosive Haze to set up for some haunts, but you're not really able to get that aggression going for Abed in the way that, you know, you'd want to Slardar. You want to just chase someone down. They're pretty mobile. Or if they're not mobile, they're relatively tanky here on the side of Rune Eaters. They'll try now, though. What a smoke up with Hellscream.
They're going to try for Ike again. Ike, nice easy target. Again, nothing the poor Bane can do in a game like this, but they want a bigger target if they can. They barely miss out on the lifestealer too. They were running directly towards him down to the southern part of the map, but he does make it out just fine. So VP going to focus on that bottom tier 1, though Rune Eaters, they will continue pressuring the mid tier 1 tower. And it seems as though they'll probably eventually get away with it, because no one's really willing to contest Copy right now on this Earth Spirit, it seems. Oh. It's Dark Lord. We'll see Saberlight, though Saberlight happy to go for the fight, considering Tomato is around the area, and so is Arbed. This could be very bad for Dark Lord, and it looks like it probably will be very, very bad, as Dark Lord, already committing the infest, can no longer get away. And this is what concerned me a lot when we saw that lifestealer pick, because Saberlight's going to return the favor. You've got so many good ways of contesting this hero this game. But it's not a free lifestealer game by any stretch of the imagination.
No, and it just goes back to that point. I guess you had this good start from Rune Eaters. You really need to maintain it, because the moment you start to lose some of that momentum and VP hits her own timings, it can get a bit scary.
This will be a nice pickup, though. He gets blown up real quick here. Tomato taken down by Copy. Dark Lord loves what he sees. And now Fly as well, probably not making it. They will stand him up, and then Malik, of course, with the dunk. So happy days. They'll find the Spectre. They'll find the Fly Jakiro. Again, I mean, you're still going to have some big problems as this lifestealer, but nevertheless, they are returning the favor.
That they are. if you are Rune Eaters, though, you kind of want to find more, right? Like, the fact that VP's found themselves some tempo to play with, you know, again, using great use of Haze and Haunt, they'll find more.
Again, nightmare setup from Ike. Abed gets a stun off, trying to run away, and it looks like he's going to make it. Poppy thinking about it. Boulder Smash will connect, and he's got the silence as well. Never mind, Abed can't quite make it out.
Yeah, this is what I like to see from Rune Eaters, right? It's relentless. They get the kill top, they rotate mid, and find a punishment onto Abed. The only person getting space right now is Saberlight, which is significant. Maybe not the hero you want all of this farm on, but certainly will have impact at some point.
Oh,
oof.
Unlucky with the vacuum from Saberlight. Well, like I said, so far so good from Rune Eaters. I mean, pretty relentless activity here from this Radiant team. Love what I'm seeing from Copy on this mid Earth Spirit. He's been doing a fantastic job. Really carrying the team on his shoulders.
Yep.
How close is Malik now to say the Blade Mail? He has it.
Yeah,
okay.
He has a Blade Mail. He's like 800 away from Blink, last I checked. Yeah, just about that point. So, gonna be a nice timing to start these initiations. You've got a good amount of Legion shields as well. One of the more pesky tier 1 neutrals to have on hand. And it just makes it a little bit harder to try to burst down some of these heroes. For the key thing for VP, like, yes, you know, they are kind of... It's not really falling behind, but there is a lot more play coming out from Rune Eaters. VP's much more beholden to, say, Haunt timing, maybe even the Vac Wall. You do have that one tool up front, Abed, now. So again, you have some way of initiating with a blink on the Slardar. The question is, will you actually be able to find anything? Because they've been finding stuff without the blink. They've been playing, again, with Corrosive Hate onto the sports. We'll have to see if they've got enough to really go onto those cores. Big one they've left alone. I mean, it's not the quickest farm, but Dork Lord, again, and that Lifestealer has been in his own area, just getting that build-up you'd want the Lifestealer to get. And again, this year hasn't been in the best spot, but you hit your timings. It's still a little bit of a menace, of course, up against these high HP heroes. It still hates the Slardar, but chances are on Rune Eaters, you're going to try to drag that Slardar around. I wouldn't be surprised if he's just going to be the primary grip target here as well. Smoke from Rune Eaters.
Indeed.
Fine.
Poppy.
Oh,
he's found Abed
again.
Abed again. Pushback's going to land. Malik, he's got the blink now as well. Nice dunk in from Malik. But you've got Iranians now on Tomato, so he wants to fight. Ike's going to get chased down. Eki, the secondary target, but they can't quite burst him down in time.
Tomato?
Meanwhile, Copy's really cleaning up, and Tomato, between a rock and a hard place, does go down. And Rune Eaters, they are just cleaning up completely.
And they're playing into all of these fights really, really well. Right, they keep taking care of Abed first, and you just can't afford to lose that Slardar. He is your key piece against that Lifestealer. He's your key piece of control to try to stop him from just dishing some damage out in the middle of these engagements.
It's this Copy Earth Spirit.
It is.
It's too much.
It's just finding all the right targets every single time. It feels like he just knows where Abed's kind of hanging around. It's not like there was vision there either. He gets the smoke break, he instantly gets the jump angle. You get all of this long-range control following through afterwards. And I do like that VP's trying to find a way to counteract. They find maybe a support killer too, but it's just not enough in the way to trade. Again, these fights just feel pretty horrendous without Abed and his right-click threat and that Corrosive Haze to help soften up some opponents. Malik, for his part, Blink's already up, going for that full shard now on our Axe. Copy, once he hits this BKB timing, things get really scary. I think the biggest issues for VP is, you know, outside of Abed getting jumped, your positioning here on the Ringmaster save with Escape Act hasn't been the cleanest, right? And this is something we've seen with Hero. It really shines when you can just bail out these cores, but the fights keep happening in places where they're not ready. I think they have to try to read the pattern of how Rune Eaters are moving, because, again, it kind of is a relentless stream of violence here, Mikey.
I heard you the first time, John. Ike. Messing around with the creeps. Saberlight. Trying to work towards that pipe now. But VP, they are really just feeling like they are lacking so much.
Oh, yeah.
In these fights. Again, I think if you can carry a Copy some way, somehow, suddenly the fight's infinitely easier. But while this Earth Spirit's just doing whatever the hell he wants in these fights, it's just impossible.
No.
And it's like, how do you control him in this game? You don't necessarily have the heroes that can lock this guy down.
it's almost got to be Abed at this point, right? Like you're looking at just getting that blink priority onto that Earth Spirit somehow. You don't have the best vision to kind of set that up. And again, the movement here from Rune Eaters has been relentless. They are smoked up again as Tree. They don't need any other cores to follow through with Copy. He's got enough damage, and they've got enough control across these two that, again, you can just keep going while the rest of your cores farm. Malik's in the area, though. He will follow along. At the least, this is kind of dark. Not much forward vision in that top jungle area, but they are going in the general direction of a juicy kill if they'd want. Turn around now.
Still hunting around. They'll head into the mid lane. Smoke is up from Virtus.pro as well. If they can see... No, they're going to try for Ike with the Nightmare.
So quick.
Abed, he's been caught in the Nightmare already. And Copy, he just gets right to work on a Saberlight, but he wants to back off now that the pipe is up on Saberlight. The Magnetize not proving to be quite as effective anymore. They will respect it. They will retreat on Rune Eaters. Nothing of value really lost here. I'll tell you what, though, they're making life very challenging for this Slaughter.
That they are. I think losing Magnetize is pretty big. I just don't know if you can do anything in that window. Right? It's not like it's the longest cooldown in the world, and I don't think he threw that many rocks out here on Copy and trying to refresh. They'll try for a siege on that mid-tier one here. And Abed, I'd say the big timing now that makes this game easier for VP has got to be that BKB for Abed. Right? If he can farm that up, can try to get some debuff immunity going for himself, game does become a little bit easier. Copy getting chased a little bit. That's a lot of damage when he's isolated.
I mean, it's a lot of damage, but he's still trying to fight back. Tomato can't quite get the job done, and now the Fiend's grip coming out from the Bane, locking down Tomato, roll back in from Copy, but maybe that might be a mistake for Copy's end. Copy gonna feed a bunch of gold away back towards Tomato. Can't see him, goes for the Nightmare to the low ground.
Too early.
No, way too early. Dark Lord at least is going to be here, but Saberlight with the Surge going to allow Tomato to kite in and out. As now the TP away, the vacuum, the stun's out as well. That is a horrible set of events here from Rune Eaters. Not what you wanted to see.
I mean, you can never underestimate the Spectre when you're alone.
No.
Even as an Earth Spirit, it's a ton of damage out, and that's a huge swing going back the way of Virtus.pro, and this is going back to the points earlier. You had a great start in Rune Eaters. You were getting this constant aggression out. The moment you lose that momentum, I mean, again, you start to hit these timings on VP. The Spectre is starting to do a lot more damage. You've got utility on Saberlight and Abed. The supports start to get their saves reaching a little bit further out. And it does become easier to manage. I think... you're not out of this game on Rune Eaters. It's just a 2K deficit, 22 minutes in, or 21 and a half in. But you do have to show a lot of respect for that Spectre now, because you're standing alone up against that hero. It's not a fun time, to say the least.
No.
And it's just set to get worse. You know, you've got a lot of room to get tankier and tankier here on Tomato, and you know, even the damage in this Lifestealer, it's not going to rip through a Spectre all too quickly. We've seen this before. Lifestealer just doesn't feel like a high damage hero. It's high sustain. Certainly not damage, at least not in this patch so far.
No, not quite. A bit of a lull period now. I think Rune Eater's going to have to really rethink this game number one as VP. Getting a new kind of breath of life in them. Suddenly Tomato top of the net worth board on this Spectre, looking very, very happy. And Copy, he was having such a great game. Here we'll see a replay of it. I mean, there was plenty of juking and jiving. Copy not really appreciating the one charges that could fly in. Meanwhile, there is a fight breaking out, it seems, as they caught Copy. Copy's going to go down live. We're still looking at the end of this replay where Dark Lord still trying to chase Tomato. Unfortunately, going to find out the hard way that there was too many around in the vacuum, of course, just in the nick of time from Saberlight. And again, while we're live, Jonathan, Copy does go down.
I'm not completely sure if he was alone there, but it did seem like it. Just a little bit too far forward. He had a TP point. Maybe he thought, okay, we can get here in time. But the damage, it's getting way too high. Because now, right, you've had level 2 Corrosive Haze for a while. When they were winning these fights, it was Corrosive Haze level 1. It was before 12. Roshan's not taking too long. The output is there now for the side of VP. It gets a little bit, again, concerning for Rune Eaters. because you've done a great job with these pickoffs. You still have some decent team fight potential. Win probability has just fully swung Virtus.pro's way. And it's really just down to, again, this lineup of Rune Eaters needed to keep that ball rolling. It's not easy to start that engine up again once it starts to slow down. And slow down they did. Again, just feeding some, testing some waters, it almost felt like, especially playing tag there with Tomato.
That's something. It is something.
I mean, Abed's basically got the BKB flying out, I do believe. Curry is being sent along the way. So a BKB on the Slardar, that means you're going to be forced to grip him, which means you're going to be cancelled by literally everything. Vacuum's there, Ice Pat's there, Tame the Beast is there. It's not like we're getting a BKB Bane anytime soon in comparison. It's just such a hard game to maximize all of these tools.
It certainly is now. That tier 1 tower is going to be dropping. Rune Eaters, I mean, again, they had a brilliant start to this game, but now you're in a bit of dire straits. Don't forget as well, if VP get a good fight, they can just rush into Roshan. They have a Slaughter, of course, and it just makes it hella easy. Arbed's looking in the mid lane, seeing if he can find an easy one. And Eki gonna get caught out. Copy, thankfully avoiding the gank that was incoming. Eki, however, cannot. Arbed does take a nice easy kill. Probably not enough to force Roshan, but enough to maybe think about tier 2 town.
I mean, they've still got Aegis for quite some time, right? After that last kill on Copy.
They did too.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's all right, Mikey. Aegis getting up there now, but it's just a number, Mike. It's fine.
I mean, it might be more than a number, John. It might be more than a number. Go on.
Still, you know, a number we can talk about are the kills. 12 to 14, 4K lead. I'm really struggling to find some segues here, Mikey.
Copy.
Oh,
this is a segue, John. Oh, on the BKB as well.
Oh, no. Man, it's just Slardar.
Maybe it's the age. Maybe he's like me.
Hey.
No, he's a young man.
Copy's a pretty young guy.
He's a young man.
He can't blame his age.
He's got plenty ahead of him, John.
Decent call.
Indeed. Malik gonna take down Fly.
I mean, it's a nice kill. It's not really the kill you want. It's a Jakira that's just playing with wards, right? Maybe you get a couple of D wards. Not even any ward planted here from Fly. So you've basically wasted around 200 gold. Yeah, you take one obs, I guess. But you lost that Earth Spirit once more. And this Slardar is just ripping faces apart. It's just having this debuff immunity piercing stun that's basically not even on a cooldown. That just makes it a nightmare for Earth Spirit and Lifestealer down the line. Heck, even Axe. Like, everyone's just going to be feeling the pain from Abed later on. You've got all of this damage. Like, in an ideal team fight here for VP, double Iron Shell on your 2 melee cores up front. You got a good position out with the saves on Escape Act. They'll try with a smoke out on Rune Eaters. Maybe they can make this work.
They jump in. They've got Sableye to start with the Escape Act. Going to make it very hard to burst him down. So Dark Lord, he's going to turn on to Tomato instead. Sableye still alive. No, he does eventually go down. But now Tomato going for the chase onto Malik, trying to trade. Call is out. Not helping enough though. Malik will die. Tomato even finding Ake in the meantime. Will go after Eki to boot. That'll be a triple kill for Tomato. And that's kind of the thing. You've reached the stage now where the heroes in VP, they take too long to die. And in the meantime, the Rune Eaters, they're just getting cleaned up.
Now they are. Again, your damage output kind of scales off just a tad bit more. Your Lifestealer just can't chase the same way that this Slardar Inspector can. I mean, you see that double call from Malik afterwards. They just rip him apart. You know, it's just not a simple time to kind of look for your angles here on Rune Eaters. I would say your best play in Rune Eaters is just isolation plays. Right? Try to utilize your Earth Spirit. Try to get some sneaky vision around the map. Maybe cut a tree in a spot. Plant a sneaky ward. Just hope that you can catch someone off guard. Get the numbers advantage. Get a follow-up fight afterwards and kind of run from there. Still 50 seconds in that Aegis. Not the most time. We see Dark Lord going back for the armlet now on our Lifestealers we tend to see. And again, it just hasn't really felt like a game for Dark Lord. The Ags is going to be nice, but considering this farming pace, it doesn't feel like it's going to be fast enough. Let's see how much more. I mean, at least you'll have at least 3 minutes more once Aegis expires. So there will be some room here, as VP will likely calm things down. You know, wait for that Roshan to be back up before attempting high ground. We've got the full Scotty up on Tomato, so he has like so much stats. A lot of EHP, a lot of dispersion damage to spread out if you try to jump him. It's just, where's your burst supposed to come in from? You do have a break option, sure, But it still doesn't feel like it's enough when you're trying to focus down on Tomato. And it hasn't felt like enough in a while.
They've got to figure out something. Just don't pick lifesteal next time.
I mean,
that's what I would say.
It's probably the easiest thing to do. And even then, like...
Not for these plays, John.
I mean, I get why you can look at a game and like, all right, lifestealers may be decent here. We've got Earth Spirit combo right.
Well, what's the win rate? Can you... I mean, we got
It's
time.
pretty abysmal.
We're going to look up the exact rate. Look up the exact rate just so we don't look stupid because we keep saying... Because you and
40%, 5 games.
It's not as bad as I thought. I really thought it was like 20% or something, but I guess there has been enough games.
It's 5 games, so, 40% still pretty rough at 5 games alone. And, that means you're picking the hero in games where theoretically it's a good hero.
Sure.
So that's like ideal case circumstance. We've picked Lifestealer, it still loses. More times than not. I think when you think about the Lifestealer as well, I feel like just because its scaling is so awkward, like I get Radiance, right? You want to farm up, but I don't know, maybe when you pick this hero, you just have to full commit fight, and it just doesn't feel good to do that in the core either, right? Because the moment you taper off, again, you're stuck in an even worse position without the Radiance.
It doesn't even feel like life stealer. It feels like life borrower or something.
Yeah.
He's like borrowing life or something. It's just...
I mean, he gets some life when he kills creeps, right? So he's borrowing a little bit from them.
Oh.
It's like 1 HP per
And I bet
creep.
you that's the reason why these players are so desperate to play it. They're just like, oh, but think about the value.
1 HP per creep kill isn't... It's really
John,
not
the value,
great.
The value, John. Think about it.
When facets were new, yeah, it was kind of funny, right? We had like games where 30 minutes in, Lifestealer had plus 400 HP. That was nice.
Yeah. That was amazing.
How much do we have right now on Dark Lord? I believe he has what? Maybe around 80 at best? 100?
That's the number you always go back to.
Yeah.
You like the number 80.
It's a nice number, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with 80.
You always say 80 HP for lifesteal.
80 HP.
That's what you always say. He's like, he's probably got plus 80 HP.
We like saying et, right?
Yeah. Very good.
8. There you go.
Don't, no numbers beneath 8, Jonathan. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that, damn. Don't do it. Don't do it. Have some shame.
We'll have a moment, Mikey. We'll have a moment. 9K up for VP, and again, they're just waiting for next Roshan. No pressure here. They don't even need to pressure onto tier 2s. Good collapse on Tomato, maybe.
Eki? Yeah, he's going to see Tomato. He needs some help, though. It's just Eki. But he'll get a ward down. He'll keep tabs on what Tomato's up to. Copy's going to show up. You're going to need more than that, though, I think. Nice healing lotus there for Tomato as well, so he's not going to be the easiest to burst down.
Oh, they were waiting for the Octarine. Just got delivered. Tomato's already in safety. And now with all that space, Tormentor doesn't take too long. Nice free shard up for Health Scream. The Spotlight now, so you don't even need the gem to kind of spot out these heroes with the Glimmer Cape. And Rune Eaters, again, the angle for these fights, it's getting a little bit tricky to find. Ideally, again, it's a pick-off onto VP. That opportunity on Tomato was probably your best shot. Now VP sneaking around with a smoke through the gate up top into that triangle area. They might be able to run into Dark Lord if he does decide to walk up, but does have a little bit more sense for now.
VP not going to find any... Oh, they do ping out top lane. So they might head up top, see if they can find a quick one, but a quick TP away as well. Going to not enable any kills. So smoke will wear off. Still a bit of time for the next Roshan play to be available. Aghanim Scepter almost available now on to our Dark Lord, but no, they miss out on the stun.
Yeah. Kind of need to charge up a little bit more on Abed before kind of making that play. When you want that instant bash from your right click, not quite there. Some more attack speed would be nice as well. The Echo Saber does help move things along. Wouldn't mind the AC up on Abed if you can find room for it. He already has a BKB. You can kind of just backpack the bottle if need be. Just get an Assault Cures. You're almost at Ags here for Dark Lord, which does make it more annoying to jump that Lifestealer. Lower cooldown on infesting enemy heroes. There's that sneaky ward we were talking about. It's VP that does it. Cut a tree, drop a nice ward, watching the ramp area on that bot jungle. Fortunately, no one's walking there. Rune Eaters are out with a smoke. They could intercept, but it's only fly in the area.
Not quite the target you really want. Abed's going to be close by, though. They'll get a nice scan off. Fly does get caught. Abed, though, will jump in.
saved.
That's Fly. He's alive, but finally gets dunked by Malik as Abed trying to retreat. Sableye will jump in. Here comes Tomato as well. That'll be Ike to go down as Tomato on the chase for more support. Has found Eki, but Eki's going to force stuff out of there. Copy to roll
Dark
back in,
Lord?
but the ice path going to lock them down. Dark Lord.
Just got deleted.
He got deleted, John. He did get deleted. Malik, he's going to make it out. It's just...
And Roshan again.
This hero, man. This hero.
I mean, look, it looked good in the jump in, but you have to get a nullifier as well in the hero.
Yeah, you just need so much.
Nah, it's way too much. It's way too much. Roshan falls. Perfect timing for VP to take that fight. Banner to lead into the high ground. Secondary life again here for Tomato.
Oh,
I mean, all right.
He does get caught at least by Malik, but Malik...
He's not going to last long.
No, probably has to pay for it with his life, and he will.
I mean, it's worth it.
It certainly is. You need everything you can get right now. The issue for me is I don't see where this draft goes. You know, even... I realize it's easy to say that right now, John.
Yes.
But even... You asked me 20 minutes ago, I told you the same thing.
Yeah, no. We were watching... The panel said it as well. The matchups were pretty rough. And, you know, my condition was that they had to win early games. They find Ike. That's a dieback, by the way, on our Bane.
Yeah.
At least it's an early dieback, so the cooldown, the respawn isn't too bad. But, yeah, I mean, they had very specific conditions, right? Like, you had to win nonstop for like 15 minutes. And you were winning. You didn't have a huge margin to go along with that win, but you were winning early on. And then you get that chase. It was really the chase on Tomato, where things started to shift pretty hard towards VP. It was a free set of kills. You got that activity out from Abed with a blink. They're hanging on to the high ground at least. VP probably needs a reset before that full commitment. It does look like we're getting a nullifier out on Abed as well. Should have some ways to dispel some of these saves coming out. Make it a little bit easier to hold heroes down as well. Full Abyssal for Tomato. So not just Slardar stunts you need to watch out for at that point. And these BKBs on your Earth Spirit and your Axe, and you know, the Rage on Dark Lord, not gonna do much. Start the steady siege on the high ground. Nice call.
Malik, that is a very nice call.
The save again.
The escape back though, making life so hard here for Malik. Fly will get away. Tomato meanwhile moving in, and now the big initiation. Abed's in. They've got Ike down. Copy's forced to run with his BKB. Magnetize committed. I mean, they just threw everything with the kitchen sink here at VP, and nothing really comes of it.
No.
They do at least force them back, but if you're VP, you might just slowly reset and move back in. Like, you know the BKB's not there. You know the Magnetizer's on cooldown. Infest, at least Infest will be available soon, but no, they're going to leave anyway.
Yeah, I think that's respectable. You had to throw everything out as well. You don't have Vac Wall. You use your BKB, I believe, on Abed jumping in. It's pretty high risk. No macro power for area control. You needed a reset on Fly. Okay, you have to take your time here. So, not the biggest loss for Rune. A pretty successful high ground hold, all things considered. It's just that you need more of that, and you need to actually find even just support kills at this point. Let's see if they can find it. Still, VP not resetting for too long. Are still hanging around bot, taking some pretty aggressive farm position here. Inside of Rune Eaters. I mean, it's like you said, like the path forward is hard to see. Copy.
Yeah, Copy in trouble again. He's got a Ghost Scepter to at least allow him a chance out of it. And that he will.
He's going Crozier as well, which we've not really seen. I've been rambling on about that for matchups against like Necrophos. It's not amazing against Necro, mind you, but
no.
In this game, it's okay. It's not amazing, but since you have the Ghost Scepter anyway, I guess you might as well get the upgrade. You don't really want E-Blade, so it does make sense. This is a bigger upgrade, though. Full Abyssal done for Tomato. Again, more hold for Lifestealer, more hold for our Earth Spirit as well. Prophet's Pendulum as well for Saberlight? Really?
The dream.
I mean, all right. No, no bobbling. No, no, no.
We're not bobbling.
No, no.
We're not bobbling.
No, no ops. No.
Oh, you use the Desert Blood right though, John? Oh,
that's tier 5.
I apologize.
Mike, age is just a number, Mikey. You know, it's kind of showing.
Just stop, John.
Just a little bit.
Just
no, no bobbling.
Just bobbling.
No bobbling.
All right. It's all right.
Get the amulet, and it's pretty decent actually, considering Magnetize. how much time do we need? Less than a minute in the Aegis, so maybe VP will just end up farming on this Aegis, which doesn't feel great. Conjurer's Catalyst on Jakiro is pretty painful. With the full Ags up, I mean, that is just so much damage coming in.
That is my favorite neutral item.
It is quite fun.
It's so fun.
Over Pendulum? Like, between the two, which do you think is the most fun?
No, I mean, Pendulum's the most broken.
Yes.
For sure.
But it's fun, too.
But no.
It's fun, too.
No.
You get into a game, and this is going to sound like the dumbest thing. You get into a game where you're like playing Axe or Underlord, you get the Pendulum, it drags into like 60 minutes, and you get to the point where you actually get to buy a heart, and you're like, I'm not dying.
No.
It's the most fun thing in the world. It takes a lot of investment,
Yeah.
but it can be fun. I mean, you know, for the sake of Rune Eaters, I'm hoping we don't see that kind of game here. Like hearts with pendulums, because literally nothing will happen at that point. I mean, I guess your Lifestealer will have fun. Trying to... Oh, Malik.
This isn't fun, John. This is not fun. Malik's going to go down.
Where was the ward? Oh, right there, sneaky ward. Not a spot you would expect. They have a gem on Eki, if I recall right. Never ran down there.
I think he might have lost.
No,
he's got
still on him. Didn't walk in the area. Does get punished. I mean, to be fair, again, you don't really expect that war there. The siege begins. No Aegis. A little bit of a risk. But what else do you have to do on this map for like 2 minutes?
That is a very good question. The answer is probably not very much, John.
Yeah, just farm.
Arbits have just waiting patiently in the tree line. They love hunting these supports nice and early.
Fortify already used?
Tough times, Jonathan. Vacuum as well. Saberlight setting up on a couple. They'll jump copy. Copy is just deleted. And now the Lifestealer. Nothing to be done here for Dark Lord. Arbit asking the real questions, I think.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful sync out from Saberlight and from Fly, getting the vac wall. Not even the wall. Just really the vac macro pyre did all the work. There is no play here. Respawns are pretty short, so you might be able to hold up against the last siege. Maybe Malik can get the call of his life. That's where we're hanging in right now.
Oh, I don't know about
Either
that,
he gets a huge call, or Copy somehow kicks someone all the way back near the fountain, behind tier 4s.
Let's see it, Malik. It's a toughie. That is for sure. Eki back again. Saberlight fighting a couple. Like deleted. Malik to jump in.
Jeez.
It just doesn't. It just does not matter anymore. Because we are in the survival stages, so for Rune Eaters, they will just play out every single game as far as you possibly can, because it is worth it. Your lives are always on the line here, but VP certainly looking well and truly in control. And they should have no issues looking to put an end to this game one, but they are going to play it conservatively, Jonathan. No need to rush.
Nope.
Respawns are coming.
Yep.
They control the whole map. 33k worth advantage. You might even just wait for the next Roshan.
Yeah,
you could.
You could if you really wanted to. And I'm sure VP does not want to try.
100%.
We have not seen that be wrong, Mikey. You've always pointed out once you hit that 100 threshold, it's not a good time for the other side.
Yeah, I'm never going to let them go down from 100 without calling them out.
Yeah.
You know?
It has to be sure.
Just because Gabe is on a yacht doesn't mean he forgets map.
Yo.
Here we go. See you later, Eki. Dark. I mean, it just hurts so bad.
I mean, that's Lifestealer gameplay right there.
Copy. Trying to do with Arbit, but can do nothing any longer. Malik jumps in, does get a call and a dunk at least. So you take down Arbit, you do have Fly, but you're now missing Copy and Dark Lord, both without buyback. But again, VP, they'll probably play it safe. Play it safe. Why not?
I mean, you could wait for Roshan, I guess.
Don't get upset, John. Don't get upset.
Yeah, but
it's all right.
You know, it's just so it's just too Southeast Asian sometimes, you know, where you're winning. The carry doesn't have buyback, the mid doesn't have buyback, the axe can't even call and kill someone as long as the ringmaster's alive. And well, you just go back. Look, you know, like you said, right? We are in the survival stage. These are best of threes, yes, but you want to start game one with an advantage. You don't want to take any unnecessary risks. So just play it safe. Go for Roshan. go in to actually hit tier 4s. I mean, really, the big issue for Rune Eaters is, will you ever find a Ringmaster in the back? Because we've seen some good calls. We've seen some good rolls with Infest. But as long as that escape pack is there, you're really not killing anyone.
No.
You're really just not.
No.
It has to be our Ringmaster first, and you're just not finding Hellscream anytime soon.
Just look how huge the Spectre is now. What are you meant to do about this guy?
Hope for the best,
Yeah?
I suppose.
Pray?
Yeah,
It might work.
that's all you can really do.
Well,
Maybe.
I mean, they're at 100%, so, you know.
Yeah.
Probably is quite literally all they can do at this point.
Maybe. Consider this.
Yes?
You ditch this. Well, you've got the Crozier up on copy, but you hit Ag somehow. You stone the Spectre, keep kicking her back. Or, you know, just do something.
That's what I would
Kick
do.
someone back. That's all you can really hope for.
That's what I would do, John.
That's what Yopaj was trying in their elimination game as well.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out.
Poor guy.
Now Abed's got to do the help. Well, not Abed doesn't have to do anything. Copy has to.
No.
Copy's got to try. Hey, we're at the point Eki has a Deso just to try to get some damage going, man.
There we go. They're going to make the jump in on Hellscream, but Hellscream with the escape back. Just going to walk out of there as now Tomato. Look at that turn. Back wall as well. Onto two supports. Eki is gone. Ike is gone. No buyback. Copy will try to roll and TP away, and it looks like he might just. And he does. Buyback on Ike.
Yeah, but 90 seconds without Malik, 90 seconds without Eki. I don't know if you're... I mean, again, you're playing it safe in VP, so it shouldn't be too bad. Roche is back up. There's a shield rune on hand as well. Ping's coming out to Roshan. Saberlight telling his team, please, guys, if we're not going to end the game, at least take the objective, please. Yeah. I'm getting bored here, says Saberlight. You know, he likes having fun. We know that as fact.
He sure does.
I mean, he must have been having fun. There were some good tips, you know, I'm sure. That always motivates Saberlight.
That it does.
There you go. Enter Roche.
Nothing to be done here from Rune Eaters to try and stop this.
No.
Just got to let it go, boys. Roshan banner, everything available now, the cheese even. Of course, Tomato already looking like he's completely out of control here on this Spectre.
2.1k shield on Abed.
Isn't that fun? Dark Lord, nice juke with the rage. Keeping up the morale, Jonathan. Still voice lining him. I like that.
Yeah. You got
never let go.
You got to keep your spirits high. You're in for the long haul, you know. Oh.
Jump in, Saberlight. He's going to find the back and the wall right on that life stealer. Infest is out. Copy's down. And that'll be surely all she wrote. As Dark Lord also going to drop. No buybacks available. And GG has been called. Virtus.pro able to find game number 1.
I mean, they have a really good time in the early game. Have a tiny into life stealer is not. It's not a good time. I will say that. It's definitely not a good time by any means, and I think it gets a little bit scary. Look, I can see certain ways this draft from Rune Eaters works out. Again, it's down to just how much you can get from your mid now, right? Like, how much can you really expect here from Copy? Yeah, this Puck hero, it's been gone for a while, but it is strong. You got some good cogs going here from good old Hellscream. Only hitting one, though.
It certainly is. Going to be a counter smoke now from Rune.
Cut the trees. There you go.
Cut the trees, indeed.
30 seconds to battle.
Into the mid lane, they'll go. See if they can maybe find somebody to snipe. Abed's hanging around the area. Like, we'll see him. They haven't really got the lockdown, though.
No.
It'll be a bit of damage, but that'll be all she wrote.
Yep. Long smoke out from VP. Through the gate.
Dark Lord. Oh, Dark Lord doesn't want to start like this. Impalement is going to land, and they again weren't really out of control anyway. Instead, though, Ike looks like he's going to get caught out. Cogs to block the way. And Abed would love himself a first blood, but Fly will go ahead and take it.
Look, he was moving pretty fast in that Lich. You know, you don't want to miss out on the kill opportunity. You just take it.
That's
you get
fair.
some EXP going anyhow for Abed. They're going to be quite happy with his start already. A lot of gold coming out from Fly to secure that bonus for himself at the very least. Some more utility in the lane's always nice to see. as we do watch those lanes. The mid lane again for Copy up against Abed. It's the Puck versus Earth Spirit. And this one is, again, you've seen Earth Spirit kind of do well against Pucks. This leads into maybe closer to a 50-50 lane. Puck should still have a little bit more play, of course. You are ranged, you've got some pretty good damage coming in. You've got Puckish to try to, trade blows, get a bit of free regen going on. Rune controls fairly even between these two heroes with her mobility. Maybe, again, surprise rotations at 4 would really help Abed more so than Copy, as you are already seeing some of the effects of the harassment coming in there from Puck. Top lane, Tomato shouldn't be struggling too much. This should be a very farm-centric lane. Again, into the Hoodwink. Fly's always got to watch out for the random bushwhacks. And Malik has to watch those slows just a tad, but he does have the self-dispel with a catchy lick at least. So it shouldn't be easy enough to kind of hold him back there with that basic dispel on hand. Bot lane, just a lot of cogs being thrown around and not much anyone can really do about it. Hellscream just being that big nuisance you'd want to see in the clockwork. And you do have the pulls going on there to just ensure that early start coming out for Saberlight. So some free XP going on here. Already has the Boris, as we saw earlier, plus the Axis ready. Tomato?
Got a lot of trouble here, Tomato. Be able to walk away. Now, Tomato playing a little bit on the edge. Eki really giving it back the way of Fly. Hellscream, meanwhile, in trouble bottom, is going to go down. Ike able to secure a nice easy one on the Lich, and it is kind of the thing with Lich, right? Just so lane dominant, so hard to contest, and well, unfortunately Hellscream will be going down.
Yeah, it does feel like that takes longer than you'd expect, considering, again, you're playing it more passive. Saberlight's just kind of farming up. They're trying to make that move again onto Fly.
Oh, they've got him. Fly going to go down. Nice setup by Malik and Eki. It'll be a nice easy one. I mean, Tomato on the lifesteal, we've had our words about this hero. There's not really much you can do in turn.
No. And that is something that you should really seek to abuse there. Malik having a great time on that Largo. We've seen core Largos explode before. It's just maybe a little bit more awkward with all of the saves you have here on the side of Virtus.pro. Just the fact that you have the escape act that you can't really dispel off. So chances are you're never going to be able to... you just can't catch a lick unless there's some weird shenanigans where the box comes out as the lick's coming in. That can happen. Certain interactions like that, very rare. But one of those edge cases here in Dota 2. So whether or not that is something that will show up, we'll have to see. Again, for Rune Eaters, this is very similar to almost to Game 1 where this laning start looks a lot better. They're getting some aggression going. You're a lot more passive on the side of Virtus.pro. Certainly on that bot lane, you're just looking to farm up here on Saberlight as much as possible, and you're just trying to drag these creep waves around on Hellscream, which, again, they've been doing pretty well. You're buying that space out with these cogs quite nicely. And that should allow, at least, again, some steady EXP for both sides there. And top lane's the big hurting point. Like, all of this aggression onto Tomato, he can't just run up, try to right-click Malik. Has to be so careful.
Very close call there for Tomato. Malik and Eki just, again, having the time of their lives here in this top lane. Just a rough start for the lifestealer thus far. Fly, you see how hard the guy is trying to just force them back. It can be very challenging, especially against this frog Tomato.
No.
Gonna get caught with the catchy lick, does go down. It's one of those things, this damn frog, Johnny, it's a tanky boy.
And it is. It's just way too tanky, and again, that's normally not a problem for Lifestealer. It's just catchy lick also flies out super fast. Right, as a projectile, it doesn't feel like it even has like travel time for the most part.
Nope.
So Tomato keeps trying to rage through it, and he just keeps missing that timing. It's just really awkward to try to preempt that with rage, and he's getting punished for it. 3-1 start, looking good for Rune Eaters once more. So movement mid.
Trying for the cogs pushbacks on Copy, can't quite get it, but Abed continuing to apply that pressure, and Hellscream will be able to secure before Copy can jaunt away. Great pickup here for Abed. Fly in trouble, does also go down. Again, Eki having a fantastic time thus far on this Hoodwink, able to pick up a quick one on the Ringmaster.
And again, very reminiscent of Game 1. It just feels a little bit better now for Rune Eaters with the fact that you have some pretty strong conditions, right? We've talked about the Lifestealer. I think overall I would still feel better about Tiny than Lifestealer, although the matchup again is not as clear-cut. Copy.
In trouble. Copy. Again, going to go down. Perhaps he's trying to fight back.
Oh,
The cogs! No, it's not enough. Impalment Arts from Fly on the tail end. Not going to land either. Would have loved to force the walk back into the mid lane here for this puck, but it's not going to come. Zabed narrowly avoiding the orbs that were flying in. Of course, it seems that Rune is going to stick around with the support duo for this power rune at the 6-minute mark. Abed actually not opting to go for the reset back towards the fountain. He's going to stick around as well. They're going to need maybe one more, though. It's a 3v2 situation thus far in the mid lane. They will bring the third. So a bit more even now that Fly is here. 6-minute power runes, not going to spawn top, it will be bottom. Eki does get caught out, but a very nice bushwhack, locking them down. Abed, he'll make it out. Eki will not, however. Eki does die, but they got what they really wanted anyway. Power rune does go the way of Copy.
Yeah, no reset for Abed. He has to go all the way back to base. At least, again, he's pretty mobile on Earth Spirit. So he's going to have the TP back into the lane. And side of Rune Eaters, again, you are finding some openings on VP. The early start for Rune Eaters, once more, it's just a little bit more smooth. Really clean CS so far outside of maybe your puck situation on mid. The denies on Abed, making it maybe a little bit slower here for that 6 timing. That eventually does come out for Copy. And again, for Rune Eaters, looking like smooth sailing so far. It's going to be 1-for-1 on our Shrines of Wisdom as well. So no changes there. Saberlight's still stuck in that jungle, trying to get the Dominator out. This is the key difference, right? To be fair, you know, Saberlight in Game 1 was also off to a pretty slow start in the Darkseer, but they were forcing some movement into his lane rather than into Abed's lane. So this time around, he's taking the safer route, and that is giving a little bit more pressure there to our Earth Spirit overall.
Tomato, it's just so hard to dodge that damn catchy lick, man. I know you just... It really is instantaneous. It really doesn't feel like you've got any... Oh, bushwhack! Off the mark, but it doesn't matter. It's just a nice thing Malik can do too. Like, you force out the rage early on, and then you know you can just dive him.
Yeah. There's just not much you can do to counterplay at that point. Off this early magical damage. Again, you're so reliant on rage for it. You don't have the highest HP just yet, of course.
Yeah, Fly as well, being caught out. Malik, he is just doing fantastic work on this Largo, and of course, props to the support duo as well of this Rune Eater side. They're making so much happen across this map.
That they are. They're just able to switch lanes because bot is, again, very free. 8-minute power rune going to go Abed's way at the very least. So as the invis, it's just, where do you connect as this Earth Spirit? Because your Beastmaster does have Roar. Doesn't feel fully ready. A huge swing to the gates here. At least the Boars does make first contact. Although...
They are going to try onto Ike, perhaps? Saberlight, he's moving forward with the Roar up. Dark Lord also being targeted. Saberlight, he'll finally get the Roar away. Needs a way out, can't quite make it. Saberlight down. The Tiny is perfectly fine. Hellscream, he'll also drop. And Dark Lord, he's made it out of all of this. Just, it felt very desperate.
That it did.
Our favorite.
Yes.
Look at this crap. Look at this garbage.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Love the showcase view of our little unicycle. And that's all you can really do right now in VP. It's just... I'm surprised Saberlight goes and tries to fight into that gate. I mean, he sees the boar get hit. He knows it's not just going to be the Lich down there, for sure. But all of these swings that Rune Eaters are doing. And takes a pretty big risk for no real reward. 9-3, 2k lead now for Rune Eaters as they've just found everything. Tomato, he's a long way from any of these items here.
Oh, Tomato, he's been having such a rough game. Infest is out. It's going to not really be that great anyway, but it allows him a way out of it. Mid lane. Maybe an attempt to copy, but no. It's really just Hellscream being a nuisance, trying to land those cogs.
Yeah.
He's all right.
I mean, I appreciate the attempts. It's just, again, in this kind of game for Abed, there's no one to really connect with until at least Saberlight's ready. Or until maybe level 6 on Hellscream as well, which it just feels relatively slow for the side of Virtus.pro, considering they don't have too much activity to play with. So you're left here with Abed with a full earn up, with no real kill opportunity showing itself. Which means, again, you're not snowballing out of control in the Earth Spirit just yet. You're playing a much more stalled out draft inside of Virtus.pro. And Rune Eaters, it's almost the same story as game 1. If they maintain this momentum, they're going to be feeling good. The moment they start to drop here and there and you start to actually get a game on Temado, that's where things get a little bit spicy here for Rune Eaters overall. Then you have to remember what's at stake. We heard Ray and Day say it, that this is elimination on the line. You're 1 game down on Rune Eaters. There's no forgiveness in these best of 3s. It is single elimination in our survival stage, hence the name. So they've got to maintain that momentum here on Rune Eaters. And so far, again, there's been a few lull periods of farm. There's not really too much left to take in the map. Maybe you can try to force mid-tier 1 at some point, but your initial items are set to flow relatively soon. Malik's been number 1 as they make a small move onto Hellstream.
Yeah, very nice Chain Frost committal here from Ike, and that's going to be more than enough to deal with Hellscream. You love that as the pos 5 Lich, already level 7 here at the 11 minute mark. Nice easy kill here onto Hellscream. And with that, John, I mean, Rune Eaters again, they're off to another great start to this game too. We saw a similar thing during game 1 in fairness. Though I'll tell you, this time with the draft they have, I feel much more confident in what they're doing.
Yeah, because they're not playing the Lifestealer.
That's true.
Right? So
that's true.
Even though Tiny as well has its own issues, like it does
not Lifestealer.
Yeah, but at the same time, I always go back to it's like, is Lifestealer good into the Tiny matchup? And theoretically, it should be pretty fine. Hook shots somewhere.
It is out onto our Hoodwink. That should be Eki to drop. He's making life a little bit hard. Eki eventually will die. Fly to take the kill. And I believe Arvid got some earn charges. Happy days for him.
Finally, you know, his first set of earn charges up.
Hell yeah, dude.
12 minutes in. Not ideal, but it's there.
Perfect timing for the vessel, John. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's right. As long as you get that vessel soon, you know, it's fine. That's the one that really matters. Saberlight has his full Dominator up. Going for the Overlord relatively soon. So we're reaching that point where the Beastmaster is going to be present. The split push does start to really kick in. Some of that damage on Saberlight really starts to ramp up just by having a nice big creep with him. And the utility we've seen a lot of other Dominators players kind of go about it. Like getting the Wild Wing up, getting some good pushes off has been pretty solid so far in this tournament. They're smoked up on the side of VP. Hookshot's still a ways off, but they've got the Wheel of Wonder and the Magnetize set to go. So just need a clean target. They do have some wards on map, but not really spotting anything big from Rune Eaters. They are actually fairly split. Might be able to go on a hunt for Temado themselves, but he's fairly far back in the top jungle. Same with Dark Lord. Kind of mirroring each other's moves. Try the gate movement instead.
Oh, unfortunate here for Ike. Surprise of his lifetime. Doesn't really matter though. It could have been worse. Could have been one of his teammates, I guess.
Yeah.
Saberlight, he'll take a tier 1 tower for himself. Very important Saberlight continues to have some impact here. He's the highest net worth hero in the game for VP.
That he is. He's been given all the room. He's been given all the stacks to get to this point in the game.
He's been having a bit of a rough time. He does have plenty of one charges though, so there is plenty of per turn potential. In fact, have they gone too far here? Malik's already half HP. Now Tamado's going to join in. Malik trying, but the Wheel of Wonder going to make life hard for him in terms of getting away. And these are the kind of kills you got to be a little bit wary of, because this is what happened in game 1.
Exactly it, right? Like they bleed out a couple of kills to get some early activity on Temado. Network deficit starts to shrink. Hellscream?
Yeah, Hellscream's been caught by an orb. Still nice hook shot into the escape act. We'll be able to escape.
No. That's a real magic trick right there for the circus.
It is.
No. Now that should be maybe an act 3, you know, we get this kind of combo. That would be fun.
It would be.
But Clockwork, can he have an automaton? He's already a...
No, John.
But he could still get, right? Right? It's a possibility.
Well, no.
But it's distinct.
Well, why is that, John? He's a robot.
But there's still a guy, a cheeky little person in there, you know?
Is there, John? I don't think there is.
That's what the lore says, Mike.
Okay.
I know, I tell you to read, but I've tried before. What we don't have to try is just finding a reason to talk about this game.
Is there even a little guy in Clockwork?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
He made that armor suit himself, just like Timbersaw did.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Except he doesn't hate trees as much, you know?
Okay.
You could take like the 5 minutes to read each each hero's lore entry, Mikey. You know, you could do yourself that.
Questioning whether I want to play Clockwork anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We should have an automaton Clockwork.
Never again.
Well, at the least, you're not playing it. Hellscream is, and the game has slowed down again, which is concerning because we always say this with Rune Eaters. Game 1, they were in the lead. They were finding everything they'd want. They were getting good pickoffs. They were getting pressure on the map. And then one kill happened for VP. They overextend for Tomato. They get punished. And then suddenly VP's just fully back in the game. This time around, they get caught out by the side of VP in that top jungle area. And they get punished. They're not behind yet, but certainly that momentum swing does feel like it's going VP's way. Smoke out as 3. Saberlight set to play again. Hookshot at the ready roar as well.
Copy.
Oh, that's a big entrance from Abed.
It is a big entrance, but nobody's there to really back him up. Copy, who have to retreat. Meanwhile, Eki being hunted down by Saberlight. But Saberlight, he's surrounded by 3 heroes right now. They'll escape back him out of there, though. He's fine. Dark Lord, he's dropping low now on the Tiny. No longer wanting to be around, but getting bounced around by the cogs. Malik will at least retreat. Abed will happily walk out of there, and suddenly VP, off the back of Saberlight, they're looking fantastic.
It's really looking a little bit too similar to Game 1. You just give them a little bit of time on VP to get one condition up and running, and the rest just collapse altogether. Really good damage spread as well coming out here from the side of VP. A lot more, of course, from Abed and the Magnetize. Still, I think on Rune Eaters now, you have to wonder, you know, what's our condition? Because I would argue it's not the Tiny's game. I think whenever you have this kind of situation where you know your core-to-core matchup isn't exactly ideal, you start to look at the puck, right? So it's down to Copy. What kind of itemization is he going for? When is he... Yeah, it's pretty long-term to think about stuff like Ags and Parasma, but it does feel like you kind of want some of that scaling puck to be in this game. There's still potential to play around like a good Dream Coil, Avalanche Toss. Heck, if Ike can somehow farm like a Blink Ags, that could be one massive way of working out these team fights. Heck, that could be one way of counteracting the escape attack, no? You could go through, you could actually target, because it's area target, into the box. So you can at least waste some of that box time as well. Try to get a catch. Not that the box has been an issue just yet. Got Tomato with his Radiance flying out. So he's got a high damage timing coming in now for a Lifesteal. See if VP can still find ways to widen this lead. Still a relatively even game, but VP has momentum here.
Well, Saberlight's having a hunt around here for Copy. Copy going to show himself in the creep wave. They'll actually ignore him instead. They'll scan towards Ike, hoping for the fight in the Radiant jungle. Abed, he's going to have his smoke broken. Ike, he'll see them. Chainfrost immediately committed here with the Ice Spire, killing off Hellscream, but Ike's going to get jumped as well. He knew he was dead. Just gets a quickie before he does go down. Not really the worst situation in the world here for Rune Eaters. That's probably actually considered a bit of a win.
Yeah, overall, I think you'd be fairly happy. Magnetize was popped for Chainfrost, and you know that's a bigger area denial control piece from VP committed. Roshan's happening, but unlike Game 1, it's not the quickest Rosh in the world. No Slardar to speed things up, so there is actually ample time here for Rune Eaters to scout it out. They're just not quite in that area. So it does look like first Rosh of the game will head the way of Virtus.pro. Secondary life for Abed or Tomato, or even Saberlight. Either option kind of works out here. And yeah, just no contest. Even though, again, not the quickest. Fairly telegraphed. Mid.
Abed going to jump in for the back, but they'll take down a Hellscream first. Nothing to come of it. They'll just go for the Roshan. They'll claim the Aegis for Tomato. And it'll cost them just a Clockwork. Not really too big of a deal.
No. Happy enough to trade for that safety net on Tomato. Virtus.pro. Again, still in an even game. It has felt like tempo has been on their side, but Rune Eaters, again, they're not that far behind. They've got the slight advantage overall. You're still kind of catching up on Abed and Tomato. Your Tiny's been having a free ride into your usual build-up, right? Shadowblade, Echo Saber's already up and running. Silver Edge lining up next, so Dark Lord's damage will start to scale up. The break mechanism onto a Lifestealer is pretty nice to have as well. So that is one way to kind of work this counter pick with just an item that removes the issue from that matchup. Again, you've got some Good timing that you can look at from Copy. Malik has also just done a surprising amount of damage, of course, from the Largo, as we tend to see. You get your Kai up, your Strum around, you're super sustainable. I'm wondering if he thinks about, like, that Shard plus a Linken's or Lotus kind of build-up. Could be one way to go. Tormentor now up as well for the side of Virtus.pro, but a sneaky position here from Ike.
Oh, Ike. Nice chain frost from Ike, but the escape back will save the life of Fly. And they can just go back for the Tormentor. It was very nice. It was a great attempt from Ike. Just not enough. There's now the Tormentor. We'll get taken down.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Not the quickest. Again, there is time to respond, but Rune Eaters just don't seem keen after the initial play is made. So you get another free piece here for the side of Virtus.pro. You get Fly in his spotlight now on that Ringmaster.
I love that ability.
It's so dumb he gets that at Shard level, man.
It's pretty strong.
It really is. Oh?
Oh.
Age is gone? All right.
Whoopsie daisies. Concerning. Tomato will happily walk out of there though afterwards. It happens. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, he was alone, Tomato, and they do make use of that free space after Tormentor is taken. He just shows on the map, gets punished, smoke out. Now, Rune Eaters could definitely look for the second life, but which way do they actually go? Saberlight might be the key kill here. Does sneak past. And that smoke's revealed under the tomato creep as well, Mikey, which you're growing in your backyard.
I am, John. Thank you for pointing that out. Do you genuinely want me to talk about potatoes?
Yeah,
on
tomatoes.
stream?
Not potatoes. Tomatoes.
You know how much I am growing potatoes too, John.
Excellent.
So it wasn't too inaccurate. Copy.
Okay. Man, you gotta love Essence Distiller, though. It scares the living bejesus
So
out
how
of
dare
everyone.
you not ask me what kind, John? Desiree potatoes is what I'm growing right now.
Could you repeat that? Desiree?
Desiree. They're
Desiree
the red ones.
potatoes.
The
Okay.
red ones. Very nice.
All right.
Good for potato salad, John.
Potato
Potato
salad.
salad.
Okay, okay. Can you get any russets? I could use some russets.
What are russets?
Russet potato, nice starchy. Fries, roasty, I think.
Oh, the brushed potatoes you're talking about.
No, not brushed.
Okay.
They're not shiny. You know the rough textured ones that are big spuds?
The brushed potatoes.
I don't know, I guess. Call them russets back home.
Okay. Yes, I can get you some, John.
All right, thanks, Mike. If you can get that through without ending up on TV, that'd be great. I'm pretty sure you can.
I don't think potatoes are that highly priced in the Philippines, John.
No, it's not the pricing. It's the specific kind. And if you tried to bring it, you know, things could get interesting at the airports. I know how Australians love that TV content.
They do.
Stacks, that's some pretty good content there for Tomato as well, being efficient. And again, without Aegis, you don't really want to tempt Fate. They would want to catch Copy. I think your big issue now in VP is the puck. As it has been for a while, Abed's been trying to focus in on that back line, but it is a slippery hero. Saberlight's Roar feels super necessary. Blink's not too far.
Nice bushwhack. Right onto Saberlight, but
What
the
a
escape
save
back.
again.
Fly again, saving the day. Saberlight gonna rush right into Eki with the Roar. Eki.
Ooh.
And Saberlight just TPing away in front of them.
Health Scream's hook was blocked.
Unfortunate. At least they got Eki.
Yeah, it's not the kill you were looking for. But you'll take it. It's been a little bit inactive. You can see this combination, though. Like the Largo giving Croca Genius to a pocket. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is giving Seb PTSD. Seb was not happy seeing Abed playing with this Largo on Ember, I think it was.
Yeah.
Against
now,
OG. Shame on you, Abed, for knocking out the SCA boys.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, now, you know, you have to rally behind Abed because Rakonix isn't there.
Do you remember how broken this Croak of Genius was when this hero first came out?
Yeah.
Like, the stats were so silly.
Yes.
And no one was skilling it.
Yes.
And I remember thinking, are these people crazy? Like, this is the best spell I've ever seen.
It's a very funny spell.
It's amazing.
It really is. And I don't know, I feel like Largo, he's just a fun little guy as to roll.
Oh, he's a frog, John. Eki.
Frogs can be guys. Fellas, one of the boys. What are you implying? You can't be friendly with Largo?
No.
He's chill?
No.
Yeah. He has 3 little fellas with him? What do you mean?
Nobody said anything about...
No, you're like, he's a frog. Like, okay, so? We were talking about chilling here. Doesn't matter if he's a frog.
You ever had a frog in your kitchen, John?
I've had a frog in my shoe. That was a surprise.
That's
Roar.
good. Yeah,
that's what we're
been.
looking for.
Copy. This will be also a surprise, John. Copy going down.
They needed that kill. Again, the puck's just been a massive nuisance. Caught them like a frog catches bugs with its tongue, I guess. They don't have the Largo, though, so that's what Malik's been doing. I had a frog in my shoe once. I placed on the shoe. It croaked at me. It's a big frog as well. That was not a pleasant time, Mikey.
That's all right. Wheel of Wonder. Eki. Going to try and sharpshooter his way out. Tomato, though, closing the gap. Malik gets the catchy lick. Doesn't really matter.
No.
You know, nice little dispel, but, you know, nothing to write home about.
Under attack.
No. No, I just realized the implications of Largo as a hero terrify me.
Why?
He's a gigantic frog.
He is.
I mean, he's chill.
You just realized he was a gigantic frog, did you?
Yeah, because I consider him one of the boys, you know?
Yeah, right.
I don't see him as a frog, Mikey, but he is a frog.
He is.
And I wouldn't want him near my shoes.
No.
No. 12 to 15, 2K lead coming out for Virtus.pro as Rune Eaters. I mean, look, this is a lot better than game one. It's, again, almost the same thing in terms of the macro game, right? Like, that early tempo, one kill kind of going away. You still have a lot to Ike?
Yeah, Ike. Oh, in a bit of danger. You're going to have the backup of Arbit there. And, well, only so much you can do about it. Tomato to clean up the kill for himself now. Armlet almost available here on the Lifestealer. Geez, the item build-up's so weird on this hero, isn't it, John?
Yeah, Radiance first.
Armlet after, like it just...
No, it's Radiance Manta and then Armlet nowadays.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Manta first as well for a Dispel. It's
a hero.
I missed the days when it was like, oh.
Tomato kicked away. Or rather pulled away from by Arbit.
Yeah. And that breaks fully online. So you do have to watch for that here on your Tiny. There's the Armlet that we were set to yap about. I think I just missed the days when Lifestealer was like a what? Armlet, Maelstrom, Mjolnir kind of build. At least that was fun.
The good old days.
You'd run down heroes. Now it's like I farm, I stay inside, I burn you, I come out, I go back in.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want it to be so technical. Like Raid King. Why do we need like every skill to have a button? Bring back one button Raid King. What's wrong with that?
There was nothing wrong with it, John.
No, it was great. It's perfect for pubs. You'd enjoy it. Enjoying this so far on the side of VP. Tomato feeling pretty confident with that arm lit up. Dark Lord just standing forward. Very tanky on that Tiny now. Again, with a break, Tomato's not going to be feeling too great to fight in that like 2-3 second window of break timing here. It's going to force a little bit more of a conservative movement out from the side of Virtus.pro. 12 to 16. You've got the full Octarine up on Copy, so he is a very slippery guy with very low cooldown Dream Coil at this point, which is the big part. A teamfight spell is always going to be available for you. Smoke out, Rune Eaters. I mean, they could get a good collapse here onto Tomato if they move fast enough.
No, he's playing later, John. Tomato. I'm so sorry, John. Tomato's in. Fly is gone, but they'll take Ike as well. Buy back out from Ike. It seems like BP, they wanted... Oh, Copy, no! He went in a little bit too early. Copy is going to die. Ike brought back for this, so they might keep the fight going. Chain Frost will be committed, but the damage output's not really there with the BKBs committed from BP. But now Virtus.pro trying to retreat. Looks like they'll be able to make it out just fine. Fly is the only guy to die here.
Yeah.
And that's not really too big of a deal. I mean, he was the initial to get bursted down.
Yeah, again, not the ideal target. I mean, in some cases it is, but in this case, it felt like the rest of VP were just in time to kind of bail out. It's just really unfortunate for Copy, correct? Because you saw that infest from Tomato. He was set to go away with Abed. They were not looking for the re-engage at all. And he just, somehow ends up in the middle of that stun, gives the roar opening to Saberlight, and that was it. You get that puck kill, and you set them back a little bit on Rune Eaters. Roshan has begun. And with Saberlight around, tossing some axes and some more items up in Tomato, this isn't as slow as it once was. Smoke out from Rune Eaters, though, and they've got some angles to take, but aren't really fully committing for that hunt. So secondary life now for the side of VP for Tomato, more than likely. Roche number 2 with a banner set. Still have some tier 2 towers to take. So no high ground shenanigans, but a late smoke, Rune Eaters.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. Fly, again caught out to get things started. Hellscream could not save effect. Hellscream also blown up, and now Arbit, he's in the middle of all this with the Infest play of Tomato. Arbit needed a way out, does BKB and does go for the rollout, does make it for now as well as Tomato's just chasing them down, but will be forced to retreat, and somehow Arbit actually makes it out of it. Can't quite believe my eyes.
Yeah. On knife's edge, but the side of Rune Eaters are very happy with that set of kills. 2 supports for free, forced out the Magnetize, forced out quite a fair bit from VP. So they're going to be held back a little bit in that Aegis window. You've got more utility coming out here though. Saberlight has that full sight of Vice. They catch.
Copy.
Copy again? What's he even doing there at this point?
Saberlight's put the stickers down. It's, yeah, Saberlight, you let him know.
I mean, everyone's backed off. That lane was slightly shoved across the river already. Maybe a little bit greedy coming out there from Copy. Certainly not the kill you want to give away. 4K lead hook.
What a hook from Hellscream. Right on target, and Malik, he's getting dragged right back. Though Hellscream, he's going to die for this.
It looked good.
But what a hook.
Stylish.
No, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. Saberlight will save the day. He'll make it worth, surely. Let's stop talking here, John. Maybe we stop cursing this. So they do get it. Malik does go down. Does have his Aghanim Scepter up before he does go, at least.
Yeah, a little bit more damage, a little bit more utility coming out in your Largo now. So he can get the move speed buff plus attack damage. He's got, all sorts of combos to play. Some regen plus move speed. It's always good.
Ike's going to get caught. Ike is gone. Not too much Ike can do.
No. A little bit of a freebie. 5K lead now for VP. But again, Rune Eaters do have a way of playing in this game. Just have to be so cautious about bleeding some key kills like that.
Eki, Alo, is going to get a sharpshooter on to Arbed, but Arbed is just completely controlling Copy right now, and Copy surely going to get out of this. Orbs away, can't get far though. Copy's down another time. That was without the Roar of Saber.
No, just the sight of Vice this time around.
Oh, Saberlight's really been the bane of Copy's existence this game.
And he has. And, again, the investment that VP had into Saberlight paying off dividends now for their side. Again, he was doing nothing but farming. They were pulling the wave, they were leaving him alone in camps, they gave him all the stacks, all to lead into this kind of timing, and it's almost the same story as Game 1, man. We're 33 minutes in. Game 1 ended, around 43? At around the same tempo markers. Maybe, a few more Roshans, not Game 1, but what options do you have in Rune Eaters? Again, you have to try to maximize your puck. Maybe you can get some good toss-back plays. The break's going to be useful still. Up against Tomato, it's just, how do you angle forward right now? Oh, what is...
Fly?
Okay, that's a little bit crazy, Fly.
That is a little bit on the crazy side.
Just blinking in on a tiny by himself. I mean, I get it. Saberlight's right there, but that is a little bit excited.
Yeah, say, calm down, for I'm the main character. You calm down.
It gets a bit wild. Maybe he's expecting the escape act, being able to cast escape act, waste some time, line up for Saberlight to run forward. Now you're man down. Smoke from Rune Eaters, looking for the angle out. See if they can find someone. And that damage difference. I mean, this tiny carry, man, it's gotten all the farm, but...
I feel so embarrassed, Jonathan. I haven't even said this live on broadcast yet. It's your birthday today.
There's no segue to that.
Happy birthday.
What am I supposed to do with this? I have no segue. I had some fun stuff.
It's John Expire's birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody, please say happy birthday.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, chat. The 2 guys who haven't muted us.
All 5 of them. Yeah. Here we go. Dark Lord. Gonna jump in. Saberlight is gonna go down. They have got him. It's a great start. Tomato now just getting chain frosted to oblivion.
Oh.
He'll lose his first life, but now flies onto Dark Lord.
Fly? What is that?
He just doesn't get it, this bloke. Hellscream now down. Tomato gonna run. Arbit's jumped in. Arbit got a BKB up and try to go for a run now. But the chase will be on. They'll smoke up. They'll coil him up. Arbit.
Oh boy.
Not getting the memo, is going to go down, and suddenly Rune Eaters, they are fighting back.
I mean, it's that same play we saw coming out there from Eki last time, but it works out, right? Like, you hang around, you take that fight into the Tormentor, you've got a good ward watching you in that area to tell you that they're heading in, and you just get the cleanup. You've got a full Aeon Disc up on copy for protection. That is something that will make a difference later on as well, not that it was relevant in this fight. VP lose the entirety of their lead, 21-23, 2K lead maintains, but that tempo has taken a huge hit. You can see the damage coming out from our Tiny. I mean, we saw that the damage dealt overall wasn't great in this game, but certainly as it starts to drag on, you'd expect the Tiny to do more and more. Copy's starting to be a massive nuisance. Again, if you're not able to get on top of him as Saberlight, then you've got some issues with that puck that you have to solve. Full Daedalus up and running now on our Tiny as well. As you can see, again, same idea. Darkwood comes in, Eki gets the control, and Ike's just there with that extra bounce that you were looking for. And they just make it so simple. You just have to take care of Saberlight first. You take out that Roar, you take out the Sight of Vice. He's gone fly again. It's been pretty cool to see that bravery in our Ringmaster. Just, it's been a little bit rough dying that way as well twice in a row. But the strangest part is just, again, Abed coming in with BKB. Because he didn't need to.
No.
He had Rage TP.
I think it's just a miscommunication.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking Tomato had no way out. He did that.
That he did. You do have your BKB up now on Tomato, so second debuff means he stayed ready. At least you've got a little bit more of an ice state to try to play it, to try to chase down some heroes. Love this coming out from Malik, though. Got the Lincolns up, so with his shard, you have to deal with two Lincolns, and that's going to be a pain for Sale. Oh, good hook.
Yeah, hook shots out. Hellscream will catch Copy. Copy with the Yules. The Cog's a little bit off time. But Copy still being chased down. They're not going to let this guy go for free. But no, he's out of there. He's all right. Virtus.pro, do they want to keep going? VP, they're going to smoke up.
Yeah. Look for a way forward. I mean, they've popped that Aeon Disc. They know they've got like a 2-minute window where they can just look for that puck, and it's going to be a simple process for Saberlight. They just need to find that angle in. So far, very conservative play here from the side of Rune Eaters as well. Not really what you want.
Hey, you know, they'll take what they can get.
I suppose. Maybe if you can catch a little bit more, but Rune Eaters are already on their way back. 4K lead still stands for VP. But again, Rune Eaters, they've got a game to play. They've got some good damage. Parasmus not too far off now for Copy. More for our puck to play with. You've seen the damage coming in from our Tiny as well has been pretty darn good. So, you're still in a good game state for the side of Rune Eaters overall. It's just down to execution, right? This game 2, much closer than our game 1. No, it doesn't feel as much of drafting issues for either side. There is a way to play. We have seen that path to success present itself a couple of times now for each. Just need to see who consistently finds the fights they'd want here. Saberlight wanting himself some squirrel, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to be able to get away just fine. Pharasma now built up on our puck. You got a lot more damage coming out on Copy, assuming he doesn't just get killed off.
yeah.
Bit of a rough time for Copy. 2-5-2 is the scoreline right now.
I mean, he's been doing some work. Again, I love the Aeon Disc. It does help out a lot. But every single time he is forced to pop it, I'm fairly certain at some point VP will be able to get that control they're looking for.
Yeah.
Heck, even a nullifier up on Tomato isn't really a bad idea anyhow, so...
Nah.
It's just a matter of, do you have the item slot? And right now the answer is no. We'll see down the line. It's the Ags being queued up here for Tomato. Infest plays set. Smoke on smoke.
Dark Lord. They're going to smoke through the bottom lane here. Rune Eaters just hoping they find someone in the southern part of the map.
They found our puck.
Oh no. At least the Aeon Disc is ready. That's the good news. And now Rune Eaters, they can try to capitalize off this positioning.
Oh, Saberlight?
Saberlight would be a great target. They'll see Fly with the smoke break as well. So the chase is actually on for Copy again!
Alone.
Copy's gone. Dark Lord, he's going to jump in, but Dark Lord is completely surrounded here. It's not looking too good for the Tiny. He's going to have to try and reset, but Tomato's on the chase. Dark Lord, run. They even pulled him away after he popped his Satanic to make matters worse. So Dark Lord couldn't even hope for the reset with the Satanic. They just Kaji lick him out of there.
Yeah,
But Copy dying.
oh man, that. Oh, you're still set to go.
Yeah, I mean, Tomato, he wants to commit here. Avalanche will save. Is now Saberlight getting tossed up. Could be in a spot of danger, but Arbit is going to follow. If the escape back does make it rather hard, but no. Malik, he does secure the kill onto Saberlight. And they actually do not feel confident whatsoever to try and do it. The Frog as Dark Lord now finding Fly. Arbit also caught out. Arbit, he's going to go down. A double kill for Dark Lord. And Malik, he'll get tipped because he set all this up.
His damage is kind of ridiculous how much he's melting these supports in the back. Tomato's got to find a way out. They're chasing so deep here. If they win these fights, it's going to be Roshan straight up. You're going to have a respawn and copy relatively soon. You don't have Saberlight for a minute 10. Not a safe point for the side of Virtus.pro. And a huge swing for Rune Eaters on that chase into the high ground. I'm surprised VP even make that move closer to that area. Considering you don't have Aegis, you could have gone back for Roshan. And now you've got a good shot here at the side of Rune Eaters to try to snag one away. But you could try for the steal with Health Scream. He's a little bit far out. Could give it a try though with a hook shot, but don't know if you really want to risk it. He's inching closer though.
Oh, you got to try something here. Hellstream, he's going to give it a crack. No, it's blocked off. Very nice block here by Malik. Nice attempt from Hellscream. You give it a crack, you know, you're playing Clockwork, John. You got to try.
Yeah. Doesn't quite line up, and now Rune Eaters drag that gold deficit all the way back to their side. 1k up. Not a massive amount by any means, but you've got the tempo back. There's been some awkward moments, you know, some of these fights that Copy's choosing to engage in while his team's still en route. Hasn't been looking too sharp, but they are finding a lot more openings now. VP maybe struggling a little bit once Saberlight's taken out of the picture. I'm wondering if there's some consideration from Saberlight to actually look for his own Aeon Disc at this point. Because he is primary target. He is public enemy number 1 to the side of Rune Eaters.
Yeah.
With all of that control on hand. An Aeon Disc wouldn't be a bad investment. Maybe a side of Vice and Ovid as well, or an Abyssal could work. Like just one more control piece on your Earth Spirit as well. Kind of simplifies it, just spreads that responsibility around a little bit more. Helps you deal with all of these Lincolns being stacked up as well. So keen on seeing if that's something they'll try to pick up. A smoke out from VP. This is them playing into Aegis though. Could be a little bit risky. Don't really run into anyone either. Walk into the enemy triangle. Late smoke from Rune Eaters. They've got the surprise flank from behind here. Do at least take care of that Lich Ags on Ike. Or most parts of it at the least. And they'll actually get a decent siege into the high ground. Double siege creep wave. They've got a banner.
This is interesting. BP almost dealing with this tier 3 tower. Tomato, he's going to back off, but they're coming in from the rear. Malik, not going to spot anyone though. They'll avoid for now. However, though, Bushwhack has caught out Tomato. He's going to turn around with the escape back, trying to go into the Tiny now, and Dark Lord, he's getting bashed up. He can't fight back. The Chain Frost, it does nothing. Dark Lord is down, at least the first time. Can they get him a second? Eki's also been jumped. Eki about to drop, and no, Saberlight's the one to go down. Meanwhile, Dark Lord still fighting Tomato, but Tomato's going for the man fight against this Tiny. Dark Lord, he's going to pop the Satanic and try to fight back. Malik right nearby, just playing music here for this Tiny. As Tomato's going to go down. Oh boy, VP still trying. They'll lose Fly. Ultra kill for Copy. Give him a rampage. The puck that could Copy, he tried so hard and he makes it happen. And VP, it looked good to start, but they just don't have enough of the tank.
No, so much damage coming out on Tomato, but there's so much sustain as well and durability coming out there on Dark Lord. And then while all of that happens, once you blow your combination out there on the puck, it's free to dance around. They buy back so much in VP. An 11k lead now for the side of Rune Eaters off of that play. And you've got some issues with damage for sure, as it's been a little bit tricky to try to deal with Malik and with our Tiny. Like, again, theoretically, the Life Stealer shouldn't be too awful into the Tiny, but once you reach this point with Daedalus up, you don't really have a steroid for damage on Life Stealer. You start to fall really flat very fast. Tier 3 gone. High ground not going to take too long until these racks already working for the next set of towers as well. And Virtus.pro. I mean, to be fair, that was looking pretty forced coming out from them. Right, like they... Especially Tomato turning around. Like popping Manta, knowing that maybe feeling like he had no way out at that point, fully committed, but felt like there were a couple of opportunities to reconsider that fight and start to take a turn back. Never really managed to bail out. 2 sets of racks up now on Rune Eaters. Heck, even the full Ags up on Ike. And a way of trying to get some control through that box, at least wasting some time on it. Maybe getting it to preemptively open if you're not too careful. And the damage on this thing is looking insane. The damage on our puck is looking crazy as well. So we'll see a replay of that last fight. They make it all in onto Tomato. They get that control out onto Dark Lord, but they're not able to really clear out the puck. Sure, they're not dying to the chain frost, but what are you really finding? Copy's getting a free run. All because you had to go for that Sight of Vice on Dark Lord first, and you don't even find that kill in the Tiny anyhow.
It was a pretty awkward fight. I mean, Copy just literally cleaned up the whole pack line while we saw this fight between Tomato and Dark Lord. And Dark Lord and Satanic was just confident enough to stand his ground. Tomato could do nothing in the end. And of course, as you're seeing, the tail end of this Copy just cleaning up completely here against the side of VP. And you love to see that rampage, especially considering how tough of a game Copy's had.
Oh, yeah.
He's still 7-8-5. I mean, he's still got a negative KDA after that even.
Yeah.
That's how bad of a game it was.
But it pays off in the end, right? It leads to this moment here where he's allowed to dance because, again, you kind of make them forget that you have to hold all of these tools for the puck. Like, it's got to be Copy Roar, it's got to be Copy Sight of Vice. Oh, instant bash.
Oh, Copy. He's got the A on disc. Instant bash is unfortunate, but the hook shot. The hook shot and zero reaction from VP. Just another day. They'll go for a chase Arbet, trying to hold down Dark Lord, but needs to be a little bit cautious about the damage output. Now Tomato, he'll jump out. You don't have the secondary line for Dark Lord. They'll go for now though. Meanwhile, buyback from Copy. They'll lose Ike in the meantime. Ike is gone. Tomato, he's gonna man fight the Tiny. The Tiny just trying to run, but he can't do it. Hell screams in with the hook shot again. Takes him down. At least he does have buyback. The Tiny can make its reappearance. The Copy would rather not die. They'll get everyone else out of there. Still the chase from Arbet, hoping to maybe find another. Cannot quite. But they will successfully defend high ground here, VP.
Yeah, I mean, that's their last set of racks they're going to have to try to hang on to. So it's a very worthwhile fight to take. They get some big kills. And you saw just even Copy buying back. This puts them in a really awkward position on Rune Eaters. No Roche for at least a minute. We'll have to see how long that respawn timer is, because if it's a short one, you are going to be heavy pressed to try to contest VP on that, right? You need that Roche, but can you take the risk of going into the pit without buyback already? Right? It's super massive. Hellscream opened up a lot of possibilities for the side of Virtus.pro in that fight. We'll have to see what they do decide to do. Last time around, we saw them force high ground, which, again, you don't have Aegis either on side of Virtus.pro. You have to be so cautious which way you go. Sight of Vice up on Eki, on her Hoodwink, as they will actually risk it for the high ground.
I think you have to. I think you've got to give this a crack, because VP, they are in dire straits right now. Without any kind of Aegis up, this is your best chance for VP to apply some pressure. They're going to make the call to retreat. Just a T3 tower. I thought they might have genuinely gone further than that, to be honest with you, but not willing to risk it here. Scardy now up in Tomato.
Yep, it's necessary.
The funny thing is, like, he's got less HP than this Largo. Bro. I mean, just how many creeps has he got now on this lifesteal?
A good chunk. I'm sure we'll mouse over to him at some point.
Pretty sure I saw like 4.7k HP, and Largo's got like 5k.
Yeah, it's yeah, Largo's at 4.9.
The Tiny's got more.
Yeah.
What's the point of this innate for the lifesteal? What's the point?
It's to punish you if you can't see us.
With the armlet on, he's got more. There you go.
Yeah, with armlet on, sure. Let's see if oh, that's a really good scan from Rune Eaters, but this could be a little bit of a bait out.
Oh, here we go. Alec, he's a tough boy to try and aim down first. It's the one guy they really don't want to have to go into. Dark Lord not seeing Arbed yet, but eventually will, as they'll go for the Avalanche Toss combo, but Arbed, he'll pop the Magnetize. That'll force them back a little bit, but he'll keep refreshing as now Saberlight trying to move in. Ike gonna get caught out. The Chain Frost doing a lot of work now. Arbed and Saberlight trying to retreat. Saberlight now looking to turn them back around, but the Roar, it only breaks the Lincolns. It's not good enough for Dark Lord. Dark Lord's gonna go down.
They've got buybacks.
He's got buyback available though. Tomato gonna move in, but here come the buybacks. Dark Lord and Ike both committing. That should be Q. Arbed's gonna drop in the meantime. But the Rage TP away, it is going to be enough for Tomato to escape. But it's a 5v2 scenario now. Rune Eaters, they should have no issue forcing us to a game 3.
They've got Roshan open as well. No safety net, no Abed to buy back, no Saberlight to buy back. Hellscream has to put in the work if he wants to try to contest. They are aware he's got a blink. They have to go for this. Oh.
Shot a bit off the mark. Or way off the mark.
Nah, that should just be the free rush into high ground. Like, what would hold you back at this point? Nothing. They miss out. Fort Roche.
Can you buy time for Saberlight to be back up? They just let the refresher and cheese for copy.
I mean, it's not the longest now because they had to go back 40 seconds. There should be enough time. Especially if you're going to go for the top set of racks first, go for the full megas. So you should have the room to at least wait out for Saberlight's respawn here. Likely everyone's. Won't be a problem.
I mean, if you can win a team fight, you know there's no buyback on Dark Lord.
Yes.
That could be game, but you got to deal with him twice now. It's not easy for VP. They're going to need all the bodies they can get. Copy's going to jump in. Dream Core committed. But Glyph is going to be forced, and in fact, Rune Eaters, it seems as though they are indeed going to have to look to retreat. Again, their lives are on the line here. It is a scary, scary game. BP still one game away from proceeding. I mean, Rune Eaters, it is their game to throw here, John.
That it is.
We're also 7 minutes away from Tier 5 items. So you have the question for Rune Eaters where it's like, do we want to risk? Do we want to risk those Tier 5s? Do we wait that long?
I mean, you'll get your buybacks back if you wait that 7 minutes, right? Like, especially the one in copy. Like, you risk a lot handing over the Aegis, prioritizing the Tiny first because of that commitment as well. So you'll get some coverage there. They do hunt down Ike, who doesn't have buyback.
Yep,
so
that was
a
dieback.
pretty good one. Yeah, full
Bright
dieback.
side is at least you get the long respawn out of the way.
Yeah.
That's the somewhat bright side.
I think what you need to do in VP, and they're doing it really well now, is just actually keep hunting them. They're all going one by one farming. Like, you've always got this combination. It's just Hellscream plus one. Hellscream plus Tomato. Basically, is your bread and butter. They might look down bot. If you can maybe catch out this puck somehow, Copy would be a very nice kill. They'd want to sneak over there, but they are actually looking at him. Copy? Is he going to be fine?
Copy? He's okay.
This is the right idea, though. Again, just go hunting. They're split around the map, kind of trying to find farm. You need to find some punishment. Your 2 racks is down. You need to get some of these kills. Rune Eaters, though, happy enough to slip away. You don't have any control pieces on your Clockwork either. Tormentor once more, coming out for Virtus.pro. And this should just be the money at this point. I believe everyone has theirs. No, actually, Saberlight doesn't quite have it, so not quite money yet. Infest again on Hellscream, but no one's showing. This could be a bit crazy if they just run into the triangle without fixing that top lane a little bit more.
Rune just top lane. Again, you can't afford to see this Tiny die twice. Eki, Bushwhack is going to catch out at least one. Tomato's going to be there with the Infest though, and he'll turn around right onto the Hoodwink, look to burst her down, and they will get her. Buyback available for Eki. He'll commit immediately. As now they'll move on to the Tiny once again. Dark Lord, don't forget, he's got 2 lives available. He can take his time here. They'll get rid of Saberlight. Saberlight has buyback. They want to hold out if they can afford to. Rage TP away from Tomato is going to be just fine. And again, Saberlight, he can commit his buyback if necessary.
He can. A little bit of an opening out for the side of Rune Eaters. I mean, it's just 1 Rax left. Aegis, not the most time left. A minute, more than enough to do that damage you'd want.
Again, they're moving in. Ike, he's been caught. Ike is going to drop. Again, no buyback on the Lich. Abed now will just roll out with the BKB. Meanwhile, Tomato looking to jump back in. Though he does get stunned up. Tomato escape back. It's going to buy a bit of time. Can he survive through it? He does. At least the first time as the escape act again, but no! Malik's going to get the kill. Buyback's incoming as Malik now. Malik goes down. The TP away, but the hook shot! Dark Lord, he's been caught out. Dark Lord, he needs to find a way now to escape without the TP. Saberlight will chase him down. The Hex is out on the Beastmaster. They'll continue the chase.
Abed has a gem, they need to chase.
Abed's going to keep trying. Tomato, he'll be right on his tail, but they've got to be a little bit cautious.
The satanic hit. Ooh, it's
Fly
big.
is going to get blown up. Roll in again, Abed. They're going to leave the Tiny alone. They won't be able to catch Copy either, though Saberlight, he does land the Scythe device, but Tomato just cannot keep up. They will retreat.
Oh, it's such a scary game for both sides. If you manage to find Copy again on that re-engage somehow, that would have just been a very different circumstance. Lots of damage flying out from Abed with all the magnetized re-applications are doing. They're having a little bit of a rough time trying to deal with Dark Lord's extra lives, but he's not going to have extra lives left now. Next row is still 2.5 minutes away, though. You've committed a lot on VP. You've committed a lot on both sides to try to win out these engagements. You still have the laning advantage, of course, down to 1 tier 4 on VP's end, with the creep wave just shoving in that entire time. So you are more than likely just a team fight away now from Rune Eaters to just ending that high ground. The issue is finding that team fight for yourself, because VP has been working some pretty awkward angles. It's off the back now of Hellscream almost, where these hook shots have to deliver the goods. They have to find the right target at the right spot at the right time in these fights, and if you can get that chain control after, say, Roar, after, say, the side of Vice, things start to look good. It's just easier said than done. There's just so much going on in the middle of these engagements. You've got those double escape acts coming in to stall for time from Fly. You've got this puck that's just very hard to hold down. You do have your full Ags here on Abed. So maybe now, with a rock stone, the rock formation, what do you even call that? What's its actual name, Mikey?
What, the Enchant Remnant?
Yeah, so of course, while we're mousing over it, you would know. Yes,
I did know.
Oh,
how
okay.
dare you?
Fair, just the timing.
How dare you?
I believe you. The time was just perfect. The Enchant Remnant, you can kind of kick around.
Oh, shut up.
Should you need Enchant Remnant for Tiny? I feel like innately you should be able to just freeze him at will.
Oh, John, you asked the dumbest question. I mean,
He's a rock.
it's true.
Shaker as well?
I feel like you should be able to use Tiny as a rock
Yeah, that's
for
fair.
your spells
Actually,
as well.
that should count.
Yeah.
I will accept that. And then he shatters and he's not in the game. It's just gone.
But it is a nice way as well of just ruining the team fight. Like, if you just catch, say, one of them,
Yes.
like Tiny, just Enchant Remnant, kick him away, it can be a little bit hard to close the gap again.
Yeah. I think that's all you want to do. Either kidnap the Tiny or kidnap the puck. Heck, even Malik, if you drag him all the way back, you can kind of focus down him. Your issue right now in VP is that with all of these combined, it feels daunting. There's so much healing going on to everyone because of Malik. They're all really tanky.
35 seconds, John. Hold on. It's coming. Tier 5 ice.
We're not bobbling this game, right? I don't recall this looking
Do we
at
have any
bobbles.
bobblers? Is there
I
any
don't
bobblers?
believe so. No
No.
bobblers.
Who cares about the bobblers?
One pendulum. Could use more, but it's a bit of a shame.
What are we getting, John? Oh, we got a bobbler.
Hellscream hasn't picked up his tier 4 yet, so...
Okay, so he can bobble.
I mean... But why would he? Spell for...
Why not?
Spell amp?
Because he
debuff
can.
duration? Actually...
He can min-max, John. That's why.
Debuff duration clockwork sounds like something you would really hate to play against.
Yeah.
Battery assault suddenly isn't a mini stun. Hookshot becomes, I don't know, like grip. Could be the way to go. It wouldn't be too bad, but I don't know if you're expecting this to hit 70 to fully maximize that.
Rune Eaters are smoked up. Meanwhile, VP, they're trying to rush these items. Rune Eaters haven't quite yet. They're looking for a kill instead, but I think they'll understand that they probably should just farm them up. Hellscream's going to lose a Wind Waker. That's a big one. Unfortunate. The courier will go down. Let's see what these guys pick up. What do we want, boys?
A Stygian would be pretty big for both sides.
A Tomato probably really wants one.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Just lacks some output. Just wants to be able to really quickly find those kills.
Okay, what do we got?
Harmonizer's pretty crazy. Yeah, Harmonizer puck is just insane with debuff and spell amp as well. Easily hitting, what, 38% spell amp, I think?
That's pretty ridiculous.
You've got... Well,
Oh,
Hellscream still
Hellscream.
hasn't committed.
Take the tier 4 item, Hellscream. What are you doing?
There
There's
you
your
go.
Stygian.
Stygian.
Yeah.
And the movement speed, so you, yeah.
Oh, yes. Now you can really catch it. You know, now we're moving. Here we go.
You can get something else in the slot now. Right now it's a full Moon Shard. They'll infest.
This is the silence here. No jaunt in from Copy. Copy jumping in.
Oh.
Dream Coil. It's a nice one. He caught 3 targets with that coil. Hellscream. Gonna be okay to BKB for now. Tried to retreat. Hook shot away back to the cap. Now
Tomato is left
Did
alone.
get caught. Tomato, he's been left completely alone. Meanwhile, like jumping in for a big chain frost on his lonesome as well. And they are starting to slowly melt as Malik. He does move in now, but he can't lock down a target. Saberlight, though, is starting to drop low. Meanwhile, Tomato does take down Ike. Looking for the Tiny now.
Oh, he's got enough damage
Dark
now.
Lord. Dark Lord does have buyback. He'll commit immediately. There's hook shot. Back on Eki. They'll move in Arbit now. Arbit being controlled by Malik, but he will enchant and remnant away, or rather roll away. Well, it looks like he's going to make it at least for a little bit longer as Arbit, still being chased down, rolls away, can't do it surely. He'll turn back around, but does eventually drop. They'll get Tomato out of there. But you're in a 4v2 situation. Arbit can buy back. Jump in from Copy. Almost taking out Hellscream.
Yeah, just way too much output. I don't know if you can do this without Saberlight. Without that Sight of Ice and Roar. I mean, these team fights just feel impossible to pierce through. Oh.
Yeah, jump in again, hook shot. Dark Lord, again, if he dies back, that's the opening you need as VP. Arbet's jumped in. BKB was committed. He'll roll back in, trying to hunt down this Tiny. If he can enchant, remnant him, maybe he can kick him back, but he can't do so. He'll have to do it to himself as Arbet. Now trying to roll back out. Can't afford to die back here if he wants this win. Tomato jumps back in, escape back, fly. He allows Arbet up and no, Copy. He'll finish the job eventually. No buyback for Arbet, he's died back. Jump in from Copy again. Fly does also go down. It's now a 2v5 scenario. They'll lose Hellscream to Bird. It's Tomato versus the world. Tomato, I do not think can do it on his own, though. He's trying for Dark Lord. He's found one of them. Can he actually defend this? I highly doubt it. Surely there's no way. He's going to try, but they'll kite him out. The Ancient's still exposed. They're waving goodbye. And that'll be Rune Eaters, forcing us to a game number 3.
Into this. Virtus.pro have the experience. We know that for sure. It's time to see what will happen in Game 3. John, MLP, kind of an even draft, the analysts say. Let's hear your thoughts and get into it.
I certainly agree. Thank you very much. Even draft is one way to put it, Jonathan. There's no lifesteal in this game. We're happy. You and I are happy.
Outstanding changes for once. No lifestealer, you know. And we do still get the Tiny, but we've got the Alchemist as well.
What do you think about this Alchemist? Because you and I, we were sitting here, we were like, I know Brian said TB, I said TB maybe.
Yeah.
Alchemist, so you like it or No?
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm still not sold on it, but it does have its moments. If you run away with the lane, you hit some good timings. You know, you hit your typical Alchemist game timings, right, where you're like 4K ahead at 15 minutes in. It can feel really good, really impressive. If you don't really meet that, we've seen a lot of Alch games go where you don't really have net worth lead, and it doesn't feel good when you're playing even on a hero that should be out farming. So we'll leave it at that. It has its moments.
Oh, early team by
no.
Dark Lord. Gets trapped in it. Saberlight with the first blood. This is one of Saberlight's favorite heroes, by the way, Jonathan,
yes.
the Underlord. He loves playing this hero.
That he does. I mean, he used to love it more when you had your facets, right? And you had that cleave for free. You don't really have that nowadays. But he should still have a pretty good time. Lots of good control here. Pretty good presence in the lane to shove out. It's going to be cool to see how much Fly can do on this support silencer as well. We haven't seen it as much here in the Esports World Cup. What used to be very common in regional qualifiers, a lot of teams leaning into this hero to take care of, a lot of Banes and all. But it does give you a good way of just forcing the puck to feel a little bit more cautious. And, we'll have to see how much you can get done here. Tomato on the Tiny. Again, as mentioned by our lovely panel, you should have a decent time against the Beastmaster. You've always got stick charges to play with. When the boar comes out, you can always avalanche it down. Heck, even toss out your tree just to make sure you kill it off. Really good micro here from Malik to just harass Fly, which Fly can't do anything against these boars. So it is proving to be a massive nuisance here for our silencer. So far, relatively even start in terms of lane. I mean, level 3 pressure can start to ramp up. This Axis combination with Chakram can be crazy. Fly, though?
It certainly can be a lot of damage.
Nice pushback.
Indeed it was. Fly is going to go down, and those axes in Chakra spam, once you have it up, it is a stupid amount of damage that you can throw out.
Yeah, but you think about this as well. If you drop Arcane Curse when the Chakra comes out, do you want to spam all of that out?
Sure.
Could be a funny way of counteracting that bonus mana and just having the Chakra fade.
Well, I think Malik's got a brain, Jonathan. He'll probably hold out. Dark Lord. You know what? It's better than die.
Yeah.
You may as well reset.
Yeah. Has a TP anyhow. Not going to mind it too much. Misses out for what? 10 seconds in lane. Not the biggest loss there for Dark Lord.
No.
Mid lane, of course, this is where we get a little bit of a repeat. It's the Puck versus Earth Spirit. And so far, again, Abed's been doing a great job of managing the lane. He's ahead in CS, ahead in denies. He's getting control on the runes. At least we'll be able to trade 1-for-1. Does have his bottle shipped out as well. And I'd expect this lane, again, to stay relatively even as we saw it before. We'll see if there's room for the support to rotate. From VP's end, it's not the most threatening, but neither is it from Rune Eaters as well. Like, a rotation from a Kotl and Ringmaster, maybe a little bit more in terms of area denial. A bit of a chase down bot.
Oh, Saberlight going to be the target, trying to break the ankles of Dark Lord, but can't quite do so. Saberlight, though, still actually alive, but one more hit will do it. And Dark Lord able to secure a nice easy one here on the Arc.
Yeah, they don't manage to snipe Ike as well. Hellscream was trying to get a little bit of hit off, had to use the Dark Realm early, the Shadow Realm early, just because there was a salve going. So he cancels the salve, doesn't get the kill. Ike still has 2 tangos to play with for regen anyhow, so it's not the biggest loss in the world. Do have a quick little pause. It looks like Dark Lord's going to be fixing something up on his settings or some such. But
it's been a slow start for him while we have a chance. 6-4.
I mean, he's up against an Underlord, right? Like, your melee matchup, you can't really walk up. You've got this Dark Willow combination that holds you back with this. You just can't walk up to it. So you're forced to play a lot more conservatively. It's either Ike will cop it or you will cop it. You'd rather Ike receive the short end. Top.
Fly. Gonna maybe get caught? No. They haven't got quite enough damage this time around. Fly will barely make it out. Tomato's been having a pretty splendid time on this Tiny thus far. 22-2, excuse me, 24-2 rather.
Oh, Fly.
On the Tiny. But as the levels do come up, this lane is going to become much more challenging.
That it does, right? You're already seeing some of that early Chakra Axe spam coming in. It's level 1 Axis right now. At least, again, you're getting some of that early farm going through Fly.
They're just trying to juke and jive. They're just trying to avoid Malik and his axes.
Oh.
Fly. Oh, the ball will chase him down, but I don't think it'll actually Fly.
He has to deny himself.
Does he actually have to deny himself? I think he does.
Oh.
Does he?
Oh, no.
Fly.
Fly, HP.
One more.
Here.
Oh, he's gone. There we go.
Okay, waits at a tango to get that, but you know, it's fine, right? He gets a deny in the end. Now the issue is you're leaving Tomato into this hellish lane. Even Ike gets to swing around here.
God, that was sad to watch. Get rid of this damn pig. Tomato. Oh, it's just terrifying. Look at this. This is your nightmare.
Great?
This is your nightmare, John.
I hate this.
Empowerment Arts, axes flying at you. What is Tomato meant to do? He'll ask for some TPs is what he'll do, John. And he'll find a very nice kill for himself. As now Eki going to be chased down. Eki, Arcane Curse does connect, so they might be able to keep up with him here with Hell Scream. Curse Crown out, Eki trying for a deny, not going to be so lucky.
Yeah, at the least you're not giving Fly some int, right? He's a little bit too far to get that +1, so there is some silver linings here. It costs you a lot of rotations. It's also not the worst thing in the world, though, for VP, because you have a really good solo lane for Saberlight. He doesn't need the help, really. He has the EXP advantage. He's shoving the wave out. He's getting super tanky very early on here on your Underlord, as you would expect. Fly is actually way far behind here.
Fly, go for a run, but they've got Dark Lord. Dark Lord trapped in a very awkward position. Gonna deny again. Gets the deny away.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, as nice as these denies are in these circumstances, this is time where you're just not farming.
It's time where you're not farming. You lose 1 int as well. So
Not
Fly's
good.
happy, you know. Yeah, he just wants to get some int up. It's not as oppressive on Silencer. You know, I do actually miss when it was +2 and +3, right?
So do I.
It was more punishing. You know, he deserves to be an annoying little person of his own.
A person is one way.
Person was the kind way.
Don't compliment Silencer like that.
I had some words, but I'm pretty sure they're not broadcast safe, Michael Phoenix.
That's fine.
I'm
You
too
can share
old
it,
for that.
You can share it with me later, John.
Yeah, we will exchange words later. 2 to 4 start, VP again. This time coming out very clearly, quite happy in the lanes as we're at 6.5 minutes in. You see again Abed just controlling that mid Earth Spirit up against the puck quite nicely. The top lane's farming free. You've managed to suppress to an extent. Dark Lord down bot. Saberlight's farm well. They're still going.
Yeah, Ike. I mean, it's just so easy with Saberlight. He's just such a tanky boy. And the thing is, you know Dark Lord can't help. He just keeps stunning himself. That's all he can do. Channel the stun, threaten them with your life, and they're pinging him again. They want to go. Like, Dark Lord, he's not safe down to this bot lane at all.
No.
In fact, he might just be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Curse Crown. He's going to try and deny again. This time, not going to be able to do so.
No. I mean, look, you can. I do appreciate Dark Lord playing this way. It is my gameplay, but here we are, unicycling through. Can you snipe someone? Little sneaky freak.
Oh, look at that.
Steal it away.
That's sickening. That's so sickening. What's wrong with this game? Hell Scream.
Oh, what a hero.
Ike. Gotta be chased down.
Oh, what a hero. Look at this.
Oh.
I hate this guy so much.
Hell Scream does too, John.
Oh, I got a unicycle. I'm going to go down. Oh,
Malik gonna
nice
go down
chase.
to Fly. Fly just constantly dying to the units of Malik.
I mean, to be expected. Nice quick timing in the Dominator. Arcane, Copy does manage to pick it up a little bit early on the roll for Abed. So Copy getting quite happy with that bottle refill coming out here. 3 to 7, still pretty good for VP, but you are finding some openings out on the side of Rune Eaters, right? You're finding some wins with those shrines. You're honestly still getting decent farm out. It's been slower for Abed despite the lane control, for sure. He is lagging behind in terms of overall net worth. And that is going to lead to Copy just having a bit more to play with. Again, the concern starts to occur where, you know, if you don't manage to fully suppress that Alk, if you don't manage to scout Triangle, I think that's going to be a big part. Then there is a game where Dark Lord just becomes this monstrous Alk, where he might even have enough net worth to just spread some ags around as well. Get chased up top.
Yeah, they're going to try for Fly again. Fly is kind of just a sitting duck at this top lane. Tomato will take the dominated creep, but here comes Dark Lord from the Twin Gate. There's now Saberlight. He's going to join as well, trying for the chase onto the Beastmaster, but can't really lock him down. And even a Dream Coil. More is what RE want. They're going to find Abed. Rune is not stopping, but a big avalanche from Tomato. Does take down Eki. Dark Lord, though, continuing, will find Tomato now on the Tiny. Saberlight at least able to TP away. But it's a pretty fantastic set of events here for Rune.
And it is. They don't even lose Malik. It looked like a good turnaround coming out there from Virtus.pro. Tomato managing to find the avalanche out, but there's just no follow-through to take care of that Beastmaster, and Malik has been a menace, right? This silencer, when it's playing from behind, when it's not able to soak EXP, not able to hit a nice timing on 6, it can feel like a bit of a burden if it doesn't get utility items up to help out as well. Not a great feeling hero to play from a pretty rough position here for Fly, a very sacrificial position. 2K lead out for Rune Eaters, and again, they're building those stacks up. They've got a good way to clear out later on. See if that's something they'll feed towards her Alk. Saberlight still getting some space out to farm up. He's trying to work onto the pipe. There's a lot of magic damage coming out here from the Rune Eaters, so gonna get max value from that. But it is concerning. Again, Rune Eaters does have early tempo. They've got a puck that can just kind of work itself in and out. You have to think twice about where you drop the silence, you drop this pit on your Underlord as well. Can connect it perfectly. Ike.
Yeah, Ike. No, he's not going to make it. Pit of Malice will land. Fly very, very happy with that, of course. And Tomato, he'll hang around this bottom lane as well. See if he can start a tier 1 tower push. It seems like they should be able to get away with it just fine. Of course, Rune is not to be too concerned about this, considering they have already found one themselves. Saberlight. And they go through the Fiend's Gate. Down bottom, they found Dark Lord. Hellscream setting up along with Arbed. They weren't even required.
No,
Mid
Fly
lane
again.
though, Fly's gonna get caught. Not really a way to survive this for Fly.
No, I mean, look, you found the Alchemist, you trade your Silencer away, you're going to find a tier 1 bot for a tier 1 mid. Tower situation, slightly better for Rune Eaters. The kill's definitely better for VP. As again, you're suppressing that Alchemist a bit. You don't really have a net worth advantage on the Alch in terms of the totality of the game. You still have a long ways to go to reach that point where your Alchemist, riding around with a Radiance, starts to, again, get excess net worth once you're fully slotted up early on. Still a ways from that. So, you're happy enough in VP. What I do want to see from VP is how much more aggression are you going to bring out? Because Tomato's almost at Echo Saber. And this is one thing as well for Tomato. Is he going to go for Shadowblade Silver Edge, or is it going to be the Blink? We've seen some tiny players go back for that Blink. It has felt pretty good, as we saw Saberlight barely escape with his life. But I think there's an argument for both, or for either one on Tiny. I do generally find in the games we've casted, the Blink has looked better overall. So I'm curious to see what Tomato's take will be. But you're also, again, reaching that point where the Tiny is also starting to be a factor. I'm curious to... I'm wondering when we get the Ags timing here from Saberlight. Because he's been pretty good with his gate usage, where he wants to play on the map. Like after some aura. Yeah. If he has the room for an Ags, that could be the way to just constantly copy out.
Oh, I'm sure he will too. And he's going to opt to the for the pipe first. Fair enough, but once you've got the pipe up, you can start thinking about it. The Ags just so potent on a hero like Underlord. Let's not make it too easy for you. Rune Eaters. Still 3k ahead. Top 2 net worths on the board. Are they off in mid lane? Copy's been having another decent time on the puck. At least a better time than he had in game 2 on the puck, I'll say, at least for the start. Because he had a great end to the game 2 puck with that rampage.
Scoreline was, you were always reminding us, like 6-8-5, something like that? 7-8-5 at the end?
It was negative.
No. Smoke into gate. This is a good position to be in. Saberlight is pretty forward.
Dark Lord's been spotted as well. That's a lot of damage with just the Bedlam. Dark Lord still has the help coming in. Arbed's going to jump in and kick him away, though. So 1 for 1, you'll be more than happy with that unless Arbed can't get away. The Wheel of Wonder will be enough to stop him in his tracks. But had you gotten out, it would have been very nice. Still, Rune Eaters, how happy about that are you? Like, your Beastmaster Malik, he's performing like a champion.
Yeah.
But your carry is starting to feel like it doesn't do anything.
No, but you're happy enough because this is the tempo that the Beastmaster, really hits its stride, right? Dominator up, Overlord up. You've got this insane push potential. You've done a great job of just removing Fly as a hero. And he has Global Silence. He's used it up, so at least you reach that point. But this hero is such a menace with that full Overlord up. You can just see the damage coming out, but very low committal coming in here from Rune Eaters. And for VP, the concern is how much space are you willing to share across your two cores that need farm. It is going to be the Shadow Blade for Tomato. So he's sticking to the more common build with the Echo Saber nowadays. And for Saberlight, that pipe is a start. I'm just wondering if he's going to go full Aura or, again, if it's going to be something like the Ags with Athos or Shivas on top for the AoE. It does feel like you want to be able to respond a little bit better. I wouldn't fault him for even considering a BKB either. There's just so much magical damage coming in. It's not really the primary item you want to rush on the Underlord anyhow after some Aura here. 5k lead coming out for Rune Eaters at 15 minutes. That is significant. Mind you, that's not on the Elk, but it's all loaded onto Malik and that Beastmaster, and it is paying off. So much laning pressure coming out. Every single time they'd want to make a play, so long as Roar is up, you will make that move. Radiance being up now for Dark Lord as well. So the Alchemist farm should definitely start to escalate a little bit more. And that's the point, again, where all of these early power spikes start to connect. And for VP, it can feel a little bit slow, right? You've got a silencer. Global Silence is great. You've just got to make sure when you use it, you find a lot of value out of it. Because of that cooldown, this is a huge window where you're going to be vulnerable when Rune Eaters does decide to re-engage once a Global Silence has been committed on. You just have to watch yourself. Smoke movement, Abed plus the 2 supports. Haste Rune, quite nice to find. It's just, who can you catch? You're going to have to blow Global Silence if you try to catch Copy here.
Or
Maybe
VP.
anyone else.
Yeah, having a hunt around. Not going to see anyone. They'll hunt from this other part of the map, VP. Trying to find Dark Lord once again. Dark Lord, though, not going to allow the opening. We'll just hang around this area for now, VP, as it seems like Rune Eater's considering taking over, though Malik would be a very nice kill if they could find it. Malik will get jumped, and it seems though he's going to have no hope in coming. And that's your highest net worth hero on the board right now. For Rune Eaters going down, not the greatest of news.
No. You are still getting quite a lot of value from at least Bounty Rune control. Again, you double that with an Alchemist. It's not really a trade, but it's like a silver lining you're finding here on Rune Eaters. And VP get very fortunate to actually find the Beastmaster. It's still something they can control, of course. Something that they can definitely manage when it comes to jump in. And it's very consistent with the stacking here for Dark Lord. Already set to overtake Malik and net worth. So, and the Alchemist is catching up as well, while you do focus on that Beastmaster. For VP's part, you really just want some more of this protection from Saberlight. He's going for the full Lotus, so again, no Ags yet. Gonna be relying on the rest of his team to try to hold. Maybe you find a freebie here on a sneaky little support.
Yeah, Ike. We'll head north. They actually haven't seen him, so Ike actually might have a chance at the Twin Gates. In fact, his team is here now. Shadow Blade is up.
Sneaky smoke.
For the Tiny, though, so Tomato, he's going to pop that Shadow Blade. The Will of Wonder, only really catching Fly, who walked into it. But now the Fiend's Gate, Saberlight, he's going to run right into Ike. Ike will go down. Meanwhile, Darklight, oh boy, Dark Lord taken down. Malik, he'll be the next target. Blinding Light, all of it to try and help Malik survive, but Malik looking like he might have no way out of this. He's continuing to run, but Abed's going to catch him. Malik to drop. Copy at least finds a support duo. But that's about all they found with this. Really, really horrendous kind of fight here for Rune.
That it is. So much damage flying in when Hellstream's just up front with that Shadow Realm. It's just a solo damage onto an Alchemist to that level. It's kind of insane through the regen. And they do manage to find the kills they'd want. You know, you don't find Copy. It's always going to be a challenge to catch the puck if you don't commit the pit. Again, you're putting a stop to that Beastmaster scaling up very fast. You're putting a stop to the Alchemist from hitting some early spikes. And VP, again, 6K at 19 minutes in. Almost expect against the Alchemist. It's not like insurmountable. It's just the effect of playing with an Alchemist on hand that's just, you know, not reflecting his true net worth because he's getting injected a lot. The timing's starting to line up for VP. Silver Edge for Tomato next into the BKB himself, and then a Harpoon to help keep chasing. Would love to see, again, if we can start to consider the Ags on Saberwolf, but still a ways off from finishing up his full Lotus Orb, of course. So it's going to be a little bit longer. Kai Sanj for Abed, getting some good damage in. And you get some AoE out for Saberlight. Okay, so he switches things up. Actually, just goes for the AoE, Little Stone, plus our Ags. So he knows just how important that route is. I mean, can be a little bit scary to play his puck once that the layered Pit of Malices do start to come in. And VP, they're not just going to wait for that for sure, but Rune Eaters have to be aware. This game, it's not necessarily simplifying. I don't think it gets extra complicated, but it does give you more to think about as it does scale on.
Well, BP. So holding back a little bit as we, again, top 3 net worths right now. Rune Eaters somewhat in control. 7K advantage their way. Got the full Silver Edge coming up pretty soon on Tomato. As Rune Eaters sitting back now. I mean, VP, they could try to play off of this, but I think maybe just wait for the Saberlight Ags. There's your BKB up now on Dark Lord. Now, Dark Lord, he's had a pretty rough time on this this Alchemist, but slowly but surely it's coming online. Tormentor, they were going to try the Fiend's Gate. Oh, it's all a bait. No one's coming through yet. Tomato, instead, will find a dominated creep. That's what they're going to take for their time.
Yep.
They could still think about the Fiend's Gate usage if they wanted to, but it's too late. There you go. All done.
Yep.
Ike, he's going to make.
Yeah. Whoosh.
Uh-oh, Malik.
Oh.
Malik.
Huh?
That's interesting. Malik getting caught.
They saw them fight over these Shrines of Wisdom already.
That's right. They knew.
Maybe expected his team to instantly transition earlier, or them to back off because there's no objective to play for. Good punishment out from VP. They're not going to be asking these questions.
No.
And the Tormentor takes a nice little steal from the side of Rune Eaters, but it's not the biggest deal to get the shard up on your Kotl. I mean, it is fairly annoying for sure, getting a little bit more utility out. Catch one.
Yeah, they are going to find Ike.
No souvenirs for him.
No.
He just walks away, I guess. All right, fair enough.
That's all right. MVP.
I respect that from Saberlight, actually. It's like, I can't be bothered with this clown. Screw this hero, I'm done.
Oh, Tomato can, though.
There you go.
Tomato can do it.
Saberlight's, yeah, not my problem. Dude, just play your game. I don't care. You're going to run away anyhow with your dumb unicycle. It's like, you got the freebie.
Yeah, nice and easy one. So, again, 7K advantage still standing for Rune Eaters.
Yeah, but it's an Alk game, right?
Sure.
Like, you want that to be more. You want your Alk to be way further ahead. The difference really is coming down to supports as well. Like, there's a lot of farm coming to Eki and Ike. And, yeah, it's really actually mainly on your Kotl. He's like 3K above the next support on the side of VP. So 4K is really maybe the core differential, which you're seeing on, like, Abed's underfarmed nature. And just small numbers across the course itself. Not ideal for Rune Eaters. They'll try something. Smoked up. And they still have that BKB on Dark Lord. Can get something to go on here. Side of VP for their part. I mean, if once they get the Ags up on Saberlight, this game does change. It's just a lot more control that you have to concern yourself with. There it is. This is your timing now. It could be so awkward for Rune Eaters with a smoke. Like, they run in, they get pit all of a sudden, and that fight just breaks apart.
Or Runeators. They're going to refresh Rune. I think everything but refresh Rune is what I was going to say, John, for copy. Bit of a slow period now, 11 to 17. Not too much action been breaking out recently. Roshan, of course, available for either side, but neither one wants to force the fight.
No.
I mean, you kind of wonder how concerned they get about Tomato's Tiny. Like, this guy's just been able to get absolutely massive on this carry Tiny.
I think your one counteraction to that is that you do have a puck. I think as long as you have a puck, you never feel like you're fully out of a game. There's always hope. There's like, again, down the line, Alchemist could actually just give you the Ags. You can work on Daedalus. You can try to get some damage. Or Divines. We've seen that before. So you're never really like, concerned.
Abed. He's going to try and survive the initial onslaught, but he's been caught. Abed still trying, but eventually will go down. Copy now. Will go for another fly. Also caught. He will drop. And Saberlight the third. Saberlight also down.
Huge kills coming out from Runeators. The smoke actually managing to pay off, catching Abed first.
And now you got a Plasma up on this copy puck. That's when it gets scary, John.
It's the puck effect. The damage really starts to scale up at this point. Roshan open for the side of Runeators as well. And the side of Virtus.pro. They're managing this outdraft quite nicely, but one out of position play for Abed. The punishment is just severe. Secondary life to have to contend with. They still have their tier 2s, but for how long after this Roche? Probably not too long. The side of Runeators now certainly in the driver's seat. 10k up, 26 minutes in. And for VP, and that was their Ags reveal up on Saberlight. That was, I mean, Abed's not able to really maximize his output as well. Just everything going wrong for the side of VP. Everything going absolutely right for the Runeators. We're going to be feeling pretty darn good about getting this game back their way. I think the one big challenge for VP is that they only have one support that can play as a catch.
Yeah, Tomato. Nice, easy one for Tomato, but it doesn't really fix the problems we're seeing here for VP. Runeators, they won't mind Eki dying like that whatsoever. And maybe once you got the BKB up on this Earth Spirit, you can start to make some plays. They are going to try and move in with this Pit of Malice, but Malik able to get away. They'll just take their Home of the Overlord creep off of his hands, but the actual hero going to be just fine to escape. Runeators just doing a fantastic work of just kind of dodging out any gank attempt coming from VP.
Yeah.
VP, I mean, desperately trying, but it's, as I said, I mean, I was worried about Tomato, but this puck is starting to become a real nuisance.
That it is. I mean, your ideal here is that you get good root layering, you get good global silence, and you can focus the puck, but Copy's been really patient in trying to engage in these fights. He's never going in first. He's allowing his team to kind of get initiated on first, actually, or on Malik to actually find a roar angle. Then he starts to rip apart the backline. Every single time we see these fights break out, Copy's hunting Fly, Copy's hunting Health Scream.
Oh, yeah, Copy again confidently in with the Dream Coil. Terrorize is going to make his life a little bit challenging, but not really that challenging. Abed, he's forced to pop the BKB to escape from this. They're going to lose Hellscream. Meanwhile, Raw was committed. They found Saberlight with that Raw. Saberlight, though, still going to stand his ground and try to fight back, but this Dark Lord Alchemist starting to do a lot of damage. So he will take down Saberlight. Now Tomato, BKB TP away. He should be all right. But the rest of his team cannot sustain themselves in this. They will all TP out to boot. You do salvage at least a few members of VP, but the fight just looks horrendous for him.
That it does. You buy back on Health Scream relatively early here. You're not doing enough damage, it feels like, on Tomato. And again, you're losing your supports relatively, not early, but that fight breaks out. You get the hold onto Copy. Your Tiny's too far out. Tomato's not there to follow through like Avalanche Toss. It's a very opportunistic thing that no one was set for. And get the chase.
Out. They're going to find another Fly. Easy one to be taken here by Dark Lord. It's considering the start of the game for Dark Lord, he's looking a lot stronger now in this Alchemist. And this is where if you're VP, you kind of feel like you dropped the ball a little bit here in this game 3.
I'm not sure. It's hard to say because there's a lot of damage coming out from Abed. And he just needs more to come in from his team. And that's where it maybe has to go back to Tomato, right? Like, he's still going for the Harpoon. You need the Daedalus to be up, really. And you're going to need Sustain or Anti-Sustain. Oh.
Tomato.
Give it a try.
We'll give it a crack. But Copy, he's actually pretty tanky now on this park. Nice fear at least catching Malik. Malik looking for a roar to initiate. Couldn't quite get there. Hellscream in the meantime, he's going to go down. They will try to get Saberlight out, but the roar is available from Malik. He was just waiting for the right target. And it just continues to get from bad to worse here for VP.
Yeah. Just not able to hold the puck even after getting that Pit of Malice off. And it's just getting really rough for VP. I mean, that's 15K lead, 19 to 18, half an hour in. And no solutions presenting itself. Your damage has felt lackluster. Tomato still trying to get more going for himself. The push just so quick from the side of Rune Eaters with his Beastmaster that, you know, Malik's been online for a long time. He had a tremendous time in lane to hit these kinds of timings. Octarine being fully done now on Copy. Charpuck's just that much slipper.
Copy. Doesn't have anything to stop the TP. But again, there's no damage.
No.
There's no damage at this point. And this is our qualms with Tiny is often this. So you hit a stage where you just have to drag out the game to the point where you can literally just one-hit people. Because right now there is just no damage with this Tiny.
No, it doesn't help you're playing into the Aeon disc as well on Copy. So he's always got a little bit of a bailout window. And you don't really want to build a nullifier. Aegis does expire. Instantly through the gate, Rune Eaters go. Side of VP. Not really keen on doing much. I mean, they are smoked up. They want to make a move across the map. Ike is in a good position to break a smoke, though, if he'd want to.
No, not really, VP.
This is going to be a bit awkward if they have vision on the high ground. It doesn't look like they do. Okay.
Well, VP is still going to sneak through. Twin gates used. VP on the hunt. Coil is out. They caught Saberlight. Saberlight's getting trapped in the corner. Saberlight right in the corner. He had nowhere to walk. I believe it would have been a blinding light to knock him there, in fairness. And now if you're VP, you just need to leave. Because they know that you're behind them somewhere.
Another Tormentor timing they could go for as well. Rune Eater is just getting everything possible. And VP, I'm trying to think of ways you actually play this. It's just difficult to see how, right? Because ideally, I think the way you'd want to go about is you try to hold down. I'd say at this point, you try to find these supports. Take care of the Kotl, take care of the Ringmaster. There's just a lot of sustain and saves here on Rune Eaters that it complicates how you take these fights afterwards. The Blinding Light's been annoying as well. So you just take care of the back line. Save Global Silence, maybe for the Pucker Alchemist, or even a Beastmaster if he hasn't roared yet. And just try to go from there. Easier said than done. 20 to 18, 22K lead for Rune Eaters. And for Virtus.pro, the pressure's on, because this is survival stage. So best of 3. This is game number 3. It's 1-1. And only, again, one of these teams has to go home early. VP, they just eliminated OG, you know? You don't want to see another, you don't want to see them just leave like that after eliminating OG. You want to make it worth their while. Worth C's while. Abed. No?
Oh, John.
He has the entire pressure of a region behind him again. As it was.
It always is.
For a long time.
It always is.
You know, it's just how it is.
It's all right. Now, Rune Eaters, they've been doing, again, fantastic work here in this series altogether. I mean, Game 3's just looked so clean from their end of things. Nobody out of it quite yet. But certainly dire straits right now for this dire side. There's your Hex up now on Malik as well, so this Beastmaster is providing even more utility. We saw how impactful this was from Saberlight last game around. Sure, it'll be just as much for Malik. Just trying to see what you do. I'm like, what, Tomato? Once he's got the Daedalus up, you know, the Daedalus does
it's
generally...
something.
It gives you a pretty big spike on the Tiny.
Oh.
Copy.
Oh.
Yeah, the Parasma, it really hurts, John. There's your Wheel of Wonder, and there goes Hellscream. We'll see you next time, Hellscream.
Oh,
Raw committed. They have got Arbed in the mid lane. Arbed default to boot. Now Saberlight jumping in, but it's all too late. One by one they come in, and one by one they fall. Rune Eaters now seeing the opportunity to force a mid-racks. Dark Lord, I can't believe it either. I'll be frank with you.
Yeah.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah. I mean, look. Rune Eaters, again, hit this timing. And VP just make a couple of mistakes here and there. I think the biggest thing has been Abed's just been in front, and he's been dying. And you have no one that can frontline for him, right? Like, Underlord wants to be a more responsive kind of initiator. Sometimes you could just start with a pit or start by running in with gate, but normally you use it as follow-through. So Abed, if he wants to make a play, he's putting his body forward. He's going to be putting himself at risk of dying. Like Dark Willow and Silencer do not do that job either. Top set of racks to fall, mid set to fallen already. Only one set bot left. And for Virtus.pro, I just don't see the path back, right? Like, this lineup just does not have the best of synergies. There's an idea on paper, like Pit of Malice, root control, global stance to stop a puck. But you've missed your window for that. So now it's like, you need just insane burst damage when you're tiny, like you said, Mikey, but we're a long ways from Tomato hitting that point as well.
Scan is out here from Rune Eaters. They're going to know that VP are around the area. Smoke is out from VP, but they're just holding position in this dire triangle. This could be a horrific fight for VP once again if they catch Rune Eaters in this position. Thankfully, they will wrap around the mid lane. They're not looking to move in quite yet. The Tomato still waiting. Smoke broken on Arbed. Hex is out. They've got the Earth Spirit locked down. Can they burst him down? They're not quite yet. Eki's going to be the target. Eki will run away. Saberlight also being taken down by the looks of it. Eki, he does die. Saberlight will follow. So will Fly. It is not a good fight at all for VP. Tomato's trying to escape now, but Ike's going to cut him off and body block him on the high ground. That'll be Tomato gone. No buybacks available for VP. At the very least, Rune Eaters, they're going to go for the Roshan.
Yeah, it's not going to take too long with the damage you have at this point. Again, it's just so much easier to execute on Rune Eaters. But side of VP, I just don't know what you're supposed to do. You know, again, you have all of this great area control coming out. It just doesn't really feel like you've had the damage. I mean, we saw Tomato trying. I don't understand why you keep starting these fights trying to kill off a puck with Aeon Disc. Like, there's just no way you take care of that Aeon Disc proc right now. There's no way. And then, so you get that salvo off onto the puck. You miss out on this chance to kill off Eki and Ike instead. The supports walk away. They're spamming their heals in the back. They're spamming their saves with escape back. And you just don't have any play. I think the target prioritization from VP, well, look, it's hard to find a backline when your only hard initiation is the Earth Spirit or the Fiend's Gate. But you really just have no other play. You've got to kill off something that you can actually kill. Now they have to play against Megas.
They sure do. Mega creeps up for Rune Eaters. And it's like, VP, what are you meant to do now? Well, the question is not, or rather, answer is not much. Roar is out. Arbed has been caught. Arbed, he'll get to the fountain. Saberlight cannot do the same. Saberlight is down.
No buyback still.
No buyback either. Fly trying for a TP. Very wishful thinking.
All right.
That might be all she wrote here, John.
There's no way.
Dark Lord, he's going to jump in again. Arbed, he'll get hexed up. Tomato's desperately trying to save this game. The toss back. Maybe the fountain can do the damage. Not quite. Maybe on the puck, though. Copy. No, he's got the Aeon Disc. It was still active.
Yeah.
Just even the fountain can't do it.
No, I think he backpacked his Aeon Disc as well until he went into shop distance.
Oh.
Right, so he was way below threshold.
Copy. Well, there we go. Dark Lord continuing to move in. Ancient exposed. GG is called. And there you have it, Rune Eaters. Proving to be the better team here today. And they make the comeback as well. They lost game one.
Yeah.